as part of the long rest, and Miles, Kurt, you offered to take first watch. Now, there was a key that was there to lock or unlock the door. Question would be, who has that key, and is the door locked or unlocked while everybody's in there sleeping?
I thought I had the key.
You originally had the key, unless you wanted to give that to somebody else during the process.
I mean, it doesn't matter. I can just hold on to it and then take first watch and hand it off.
Is the door locked or unlocked?
I don't know. What did we decide, boys?
Unlocked. I don't think we need to lock it.
Sure.
If there's danger, lock it.
or don't lock it in case there's danger, in case we have to flee.
That is an unlocked door.
I'm just saying, Kirk could easily lock the door, walk out this place, and all you guys would be locked inside a prison.
That gnome would feed us for quite a bit.
Hey, Killy. Wait. How does pinging work again on here?
You have to be on the select tool, and then you just left click and hold.
So
like this.
Okay. So we were in this room and we freed those kobolds and the little gnome guy. I don't think we searched the room yet, right? Because these look to be bodies, or they're not bodies.
They are. Let me see.
Only reason I ask is because I know the kobolds were kind of scattered in that room. They weren't exactly all in that corner.
Right. I think as part of the original drawing of the map, those are supposed to represent the tied-up kobolds. I'm not certain, but those aren't actually bodies within the room itself.
All right. Well, once Garen gets here, I'm searching the room.
Okay.
Because I don't believe we did that.
You did not.
I'm also curious as to what the elf pudding barrels were in the other room.
You didn't search those yet either.
No. Nor am I sticking my hands in those. Oh, and Druid, I don't know if you noticed this. I didn't really notice this. But did you notice that the flask, or the container of, where's it at? The potion of fire breath has 3 uses?
I did not know that. Is that true? Kilimanjaro.
I'm sorry, what?
The potion of fire breathing has 3 charges?
Yes.
Sweet, got it.
Just figured I would let you know that.
Thank you. That's perfect.
Yeah, so the effect lasts for, or you can use the effect 3 times in a. Well, let me clarify that. The effect lasts for after you exhale the fire 3 times, or when an hour has passed. So the potion itself doesn't have 3 charges. When you drink it, it has 3 uses.
Right.
Oh, all right. And does that take an action to drink and then an action to spit fire, or how does that work?
It's a bonus action to exhale the fire. It's an action to drink it.
Now I'm wondering.
Okie-doke.
Now I'm wondering is what happens if I don't exhale the fire?
Your mouth just gets really, really hot.
Okay. You burn from the inside.
Okay. Garen's been taking his time here, and I want to get going, so. Yeah. To very briefly recap the prior week, each of you were part of a merchant caravan moving out of Waterdeep to Oakhurst, a nearby village of the Sunless Citadel, each of you wanting to venture into the Sunless Citadel for your own individual reasons. While in the village of Oakhurst, you learned a couple of things about the Citadel, namely that goblins have been living in it for centuries now, and for at least the last 12 years or so, they brought apples up, once during the midsummer, once during the midwinter. The midsummer apple was bright red and said to bring life. The midwinter apple said to bring death when consumed. You also learned that an adventuring party, led by a paladin of Lathander called Sir Bradford, led a party of adventurers into the Citadel the better part of a month ago, and nobody's really heard from them since. Part of that... Do what?
It was just a whistle.
Okay. Part of the adventuring party was a twins, a man and a woman, named, if I can remember their name, Sharwin and Talgan. Talgan being the boy, Sharwin being the girl. The matron of the family, Carowin, who runs the general store, has offered to reward you if you can return with, at the very least, their signet rings, and has offered to double that reward if you guys can bring them back safe and sound. You wandered into the Citadel, you took out a bunch of rats, including a particularly big diseased-looking one, and where that big diseased-looking one had its habitat, you found the body of one of the adventurers, a hunter or a ranger named Caracas. You started venturing into the goblin area of the fortress after having agreed with the warring kobold tribe to rescue an apparent pet dragon. Meepo has accompanied you. He's apparently the keeper of this dragon, and they've offered to reward you with a key into a long-lost portion of the Citadel to the south. You interrogated the goblin and learned that the remaining adventuring party was taken to the boss. And you also learned that the northern section of the Citadel holds less goblins by comparison. You freed Urky Timbers, a gnome of Lathander, an acolyte of Lathander, from a prison too small for him, and you decided to take a long rest within this prison, with Kurt taking the first watch.
Welcome, Garen.
What's up? Sorry I'm late.
That's fine. Just giving a brief recap of the first game. So, the typical long rest is 8 hours. It would be 4 hours for Tuck because he's a half elf, or excuse me, because he's a wood elf, and he'll be doing his whatever that ability's trance. So Kurt, you're taking the first watch. You got about 2 hours as part of your first watch while the rest of them are napping. Is there anything in particular you would like to do?
Watch out for trouble. Nah, I don't have anything specific. I was just looking around, making sure no one's approaching.
Okay, so you're just kind of keeping alert, keeping an eye out, watching around for a little bit. You got these goblins that are just kind of dead in the corner next to you.
Oh yeah, were we not going to drag those in? I thought we were going to. Damn. Okay, yeah, they can just stay there.
Okay. You're watching around, listening for anything. Go ahead and make a very quick perception check.
This is how it ends, boys.
All interestingly remains pretty quiet. There are a few mice that manage to scatter out of the woodworks, but they're about regular-sized mice. And when they take a look at that snakehead of yours, they kind of take one quick glance and immediately scurry back away.
Can I search these two for any extra weapons while I'm out here?
Sure.
Right.
You can, as you search them, you notice that they do have a couple of crude arrows on them. Each of them right now are carrying about 4 each.
All right, sweet.
And they also have some short bows.
Cool. All right, that's it.
Okay. 2 hours or so have passed. It would be about the next time to wake up the next person for their watch. Who would you like to wake?
Whoever's closest to the door here.
Will?
What?
Wake up.
What?
It's your turn to go on watch. Shh.
Oh, you interrupted the best dream. Both the lady sisters. All right. I shall take up yonder post.
Oh, and I give him the key.
Okay.
And I'm just working on my song while I watch. La 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 la.
Mana.
Go ahead and make a quick perception check for me, Will. Okay. All is relatively quiet. You do notice that as you kind of wait and wander throughout the night, the air seems like it's getting just a little bit chillier. And there's a wind blowing from below that doesn't bring with it chill, but brings with it a smell of rot.
Below where?
Below your feet, and from the cracks below.
Oh. Come from the land of the ice and snow. There's got to be a song there. Come from the land of the ice and snow. I'll think of it.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do as part of your watch?
Just be alert, and every once in a while, make sure I'm listening not only to the notes I'm trying to put together, but to any of the ambient sounds in the dungeon. I want to learn them, so when I hear something discordant, it stands out. My trained musician's ears should be able to pinpoint such with ease.
Okay. As you are paying attention to some of the ambient sounds in the dungeon and kind of looking around, you do hear the blood of the goblins beginning to drip down nearby into the cracks and crenellations that make up the citadel and sinking into the earth.
Are they dropping with like a regular beat that I can maybe match with my lute?
Sure.
Then I will do that.
Okay.
Because I'm role-playing an 8 intelligence.
All right. So 2 hours pass.
I'm such a musical genius. Even the blood of goblins is music to me.
So 2 hours pass. Tuck would have finished off his long rest at this point and would be out of his trance. Will, who would be taking the next watch then?
Oh, I must bother that wizard some.
Okay. So, Tuck, you're awake at this point. You'll finish your long rest.
Kent, awaken!
Hear myself echo. So first off, Tuck, you will have regained all your hit points back. Any hit dice you might have spent earlier, you'll have gained all that back. Kent, while you're sleeping, you have a particularly foggy dream. The shapes and location are hard to make out, but as you're peering into this fog world, you see a silhouette. The silhouette is humanoid, and it looks like a cloaked individual. As you peer at it, it kind of looks like the silhouette of Obark, your old master. He's passing through some sort of chamber. There's a number of pillars. You're not sure, is it a cave? Is it a castle? It's hard to make out. He passes by 1, 2, 3. Wait. After the third pillar, the silhouette changes. No longer is it humanoid, it stands a foot taller and looks far more monstrous with a hunched back. It descends down, deeper, somewhere, before it enters a large area of some kind. It stops, and it kneels. And as you look into this scene, you see, shortly before where this kneeling monstrous figure is, opening suddenly, is a large, glowing red eye, singular. For a second, for the briefest of seconds, this large, glowing red eye turns and looks at you directly. Your eyes suddenly flutter open, and your local bard is playing a violin or a lute or something into your ear.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey.
I immediately wake with a shout and tried to hit the monk with my quarterstaff as waking from this terrible dream.
Okay, make an attack roll. Crit.
Oh shit.
I'm I'm so sorry. I did not see you there.
Worth it.
You bludgeon Tuck on the nose as soon as he wakes up, and as soon as he's finished a long rest.
I'm sorry, I had a horrible nightmare. I swear to God, I saw Sauron. But truly, my apologies. Whatever I can do to make up for this, I will try to. You guys are you fellows are all new to me, and I get very. When I sleep, I don't always sleep very soundly. And my deepest apologies.
You are forgiven this time.
Okay. I'm gonna go out to take my watch.
Okay. Now, Tuck, I will throw this out there. You could go back into a trance just to recover your hit points as part of a long rest again.
I might as well, because there's still 4 hours to go.
Okay. So, Kent, you are now on watch. The rest of them Tuck returning to his trance, and the rest of them still asleep. Is there anything you would like to do as part of your 2-hour watch?
Give me 1 second. Is it still cold? Very cold?
Make a perception check.
Okay, hold on. Let's see, where the hell's perception? Why do I lose this every time?
It'll be in your skills on the left side. It's all alphabetically aligned.
No, it is not cold.
Know.
What floor?
Okay.
To you, it doesn't seem any colder than it has been.
Okay, then I'm not going to light a fire over where by the goblins had a little campfire thing.
Okay.
And other than that, nothing.
Okay. Your 2 hours passes without any real notice. As you got 2 hours left, Tuck is remaining in his trance, trying to recover the hit points from the bludgeon nose you gave him. The other two will need to sleep 2 more hours. You do have both Meepo and Urki who could offer to keep watch.
I am going to ask Meepo to keep watch, but I'm not giving Meepo the key.
Okay.
Meepo, if you would be so kind, just watch our backs while this is all going on, while we rest.
Meepo nods his head, and he'll just poke his head out the door here. And you return to your rest?
Yes.
Okay.
We just let Meepo keep watch. Nothing could go wrong with this.
Well, better Meepo than the gnome I don't know.
Fair enough.
So, the final bit of the 8 hours has passed. Tuck, go ahead and reset yourself to whatever your full hit points are. If you haven't done so already, any points you would have spent are restored. Your hip dice are restored. Will, you'll have all of your bardic inspiration back. Kent, your mage armor will have worn off, so you'll go back to your normal AC.
Right, and I can't do that again for... Okay, yeah. So I had to do a short rest before I can do the arcane, what do you call it, right?
Recovery, yep.
Okay, alright, well, I won't worry about that right now.
Okay. So, the 8 hours has passed. You guys are fully rested. What would you like to do?
We're all awake at this point?
You're all awake at this point. You're all fully rested.
I would just like to do a quick search of this room, even though there were only prisoners really in here. I just want to make sure there's nothing else in here.
Sure, make a quick perception check. Okay. You kind of glance along the sides of the wall, and the place is in obviously very poor disrepair. It does look like, based on what Urki has said before, that there seems to be maybe some blood on the ground from humanoid blood from people who may have been chained here once. And it's not that old either.
Okay.
I ask Urki if he's any good with a short bow.
He says, "I'm more of a spellcaster myself."
All right. Perfect. Let's move along.
Okay. As you exit out the door, you see Meepo completely sleeping next to the door.
I pat him on the head and say, "That's my boy."
Sorry.
Meepo, you're everything I want to be in a man. Let's go.
I would like to go back into the room that we left that looked like the storage room, and I would like to I would take a closer look at the barrel of elf pudding. And I believe you said that there were barrels of oil. I just want to see if I can are we talking about oil that is flammable or?
What other types of oil?
There is.
Oh goddamn.
So I will remind you that right before you took the long rest, you did stack up a lot of boxes and barrels in front of that door, and so you would have to unstack them a little bit to kind of dig through. The barrel that includes the oil looks like any oil you would keep in maybe a lantern, so very much flammable.
What about this door? Did we check that out?
Nope.
I roll a perception check.
You're rolling a perception check on the door?
Yeah. That other one had a fucking knife that almost killed someone, or an axe, or whatever it was.
All right, make a perception check.
Anything about this door?
It's not trapped.
Okay, cool. I use the door open and look inside.
Okay.
Oh Jesus! You didn't even listen at the door.
Well, listening to the door is a new thing that you guys have taught me. I didn't even know that was a thing before I started this campaign.
You enter into a hallway with two other doors. One to the north, one to your west.
All right. I check this door for traps.
Make a perception check. Okay, two things. You don't notice any traps on the door itself, but you do hear voices coming from the other side.
Ooh. If I put my door to the ear and listen harder, can I hear exactly what the voices are saying?
They're saying something in a language you don't understand. It sounds like Goblin.
Did you say door to the ear? Like you picked up the door?
I put my ear to the door? Yeah, I did say it backwards, sorry.
I knew what you meant.
I ease backwards and I whisper, "Guys, there's goblins on the other side of the door."
Gentlemen, we know that all the goblins are hostile.
Yeah.
Maybe if we poured some of that oil under the door and then lit it on fire, we could save ourselves some trouble.
Do it. And I step back.
Oh, I'm not lighting it anywhere near there if we did that.
Yeah, you've got a pretty good range.
It doesn't seem wise to use an uncontrolled oil fire in an enclosed space.
Nothing can go wrong. We wouldn't wipe the party in smoke or anything.
What if there's an invaluable tapestry beyond the doorway?
He's right.
It was just a suggestion, gentlemen.
I don't want to burn down any tapestries. I really like art. Let's go. All right, who wants to go in first?
Not I, said the bard.
If I kick down the door and jump through, can I get a surprise attack?
Into the pit that's on the other side of the door?
Right? Can't wait.
What attack are you readying?
My scimitars.
Okay.
Before we do that, guys, can I just get a couple of minutes to tuck my daughter in?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I push him through the door first. I'm just kidding.
Look, I still think the oil idea has merit. It wasn't an explosive barrel of oil. It was a small fire. They would have to check it out. At the very least, try to put it out.
Yeah, if we wanted to go that way afterwards, though, we'd have to wait for it to burn out. I don't know. Seems like more hassle.
These goblins are evil. They must die. I get
Man,
Go ahead.
no, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say I get the general impression that there's a lot of evil from this that lives in this place.
Well, while we wait, I'm going to go to the other door and listen very carefully.
Okay. So as you make your way over to that direction,
I fall into a pit. No?
you fall into a pit.
Really? Oh, Jesus.
Kurt, because I know he can't jump out of the pit.
Yeah, I can.
Would you like to help me lower a rope and pull him up?
Yeah. Yeah, while you walk over here, you fall into a pit. God damn it.
I expected that, but...
Hey, is there anything down in that pit?
I don't know. Is there anything down in this pit? I will perception again.
Go for it.
Oh.
Yeah, you do actually find there's a gold ring down there with a sapphire worth about 25 gold pieces.
Sweet.
Okay, so you guys are lowering a rope to try to pull him out?
Yes, my rope gets
Yeah.
much use. I believe between the two of us, we can probably muscle him out of there without having to, falling after him.
Wait. I wrap my penis around my waist and tighten a knot. Then grab onto the rope.
Okay. So as you grab onto the rope, poking their heads out from the northern door that you're about to bust in is one goblin who instantaneously freaks out. So when Pant comes back, go ahead and roll initiative.
Dun, 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 dun.
And we gotta click on ourselves and then roll the initiative,
Yep.
right? Alright, so I clicked on myself. Oh, wow, I'm going last.
Good old Erky Timbers.
Yeah, I guess that door opening probably would have made a noise, huh?
The trap door opening certainly did, yes.
So am I out yet or not?
You're like right at the cusp. As we see the goblin, we let go of the rope.
So as they're lowering the rope and it just gets to a point where you can grab it is when this goblin pops its head out. And we'll wait for Pant to get back.
I'm back.
Okay. Long story short, Tuck fell into a trap door while investigating the other door. The other two are lowering a rope down to try to help him out, and in the process, the goblin poked its head out from the northern door and is kind of screaming at the rest of you. So go ahead and roll initiative when you get a chance. Remember to click on your character portrait before you hit that initiative button.
Did you already roll for him?
No, I didn't.
It was up there before.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Will, you're up first. You got this goblin poking its head out the door there. And since that door is open
Why
now...
is there a goblin with 21 as well?
There's more than one I can see.
Why is there a goblin with more than... Just get rid of that. Yeah, so there's one hiding behind the other one inside the door there. You can barely see the one that on the other side of the door. It's the one who's wandered out into the hall. You can see it pretty clearly.
Okay, I'm going to I'm going to try deception to confuse and delay him. I'm going. Will all of a sudden straightens up and goes, "You there?" He goes, "I am the ruined temple inspector." He goes, "Please show me your paperwork for the last 3 months, 3 moons."
Make a deception check. The goblin's not buying it for a second.
It was worth a try.
Do you have any other movement you want to do?
Yeah, I'll move this way to open it up to my friends.
Okay.
As long as that doesn't present an attack of opportunity from the goblin.
No, you're still within melee range. So. All right. Tuck, you're down in this pit. You've heard commotion going on up above. You can't quite see what's going on, but you get this rope hanging down.
Are the bastards actually hanging on to the rope?
That's up to them. Are you two hanging onto the rope?
Oh, yeah. I got that rope.
Yeah, holding on to the rope.
And then I climb up.
Okay. Make a strength check with advantage.
For myself or them?
For yourself. Because you're climbing up. Okay. Now, though, you two, both Kurt and Kent, make a strength check.
Just normal?
Yep, normal strength check. It'll be combined since you're essentially using the help action here. Strength check, not strength saving throw.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Okay. Ken seems like he's not helping too much, but fortunately, Kurt, you're pretty strong with this damn rope, and Tuck, you managed to just barely kind of climb up to the top of this thing. You're able to grab the ledge, but that's about as far up as you can get at the moment. You are seeing these two goblins here.
Then I will try and lift myself up and flip towards the first goblin.
Okay, how deep is this pit again? The pit itself was... Let me see here. Well, some classes have a benefit to their strength saving throw, or it might have advantage on the strength saving throw, so that's why.
Okay, that makes sense.
Incidentally, I should mention that I have no advantage on the strength.
You have a negative advantage.
Not advantage. What the fuck? Hang on. Proficiency. That's the word I'm looking for.
Gotcha.
Oh, I see what you mean. The check on the saving modifier. I got you. That makes sense.
Okay, so the trapdoor is 10 feet. Okay, so you can climb up to the top there. We'll call that maybe half your movement. If you're trying to basically pull yourself up and do a crazy flip, go ahead and make a acrobatics check. You manage to pull yourself up, and you do kind of land, but you kind of land almost right next to your other two friends, not quite in range of the goblin. I'll let you spend the rest of your movement to get right next to him if you really, really want, though.
Done.
So, you don't fall back down into the pit. I'll say
that's important. Now I believe I want to buttfuck this goblin right in front of me here.
All right, go for it. Okay. The 22 will hit, the 12 not, but fortunately with... Fortunately with that first strike with the staff is enough that you just knock that goblin clean out.
Suck it, goblin.
So that goblin falls unconscious onto the floor.
I'm done.
Okay. Kurt, you're up.
I'm going to hit the far away goblin if I can. Is he in the doorway enough?
He's... You can position yourself to get a better shot on him if you move like parallel to where he is.
Sure, there we go. I'll hit him with some poison spray.
Okay.
Needs to make a Constitution save. Yep, you know.
He succeeds.
Well, poop. All right, that's my turn.
Okay. The poison kind of hits him. He coughs and gags, but it looks like he's used to maybe drinking some terrible swill. Urki is going to just position himself up here close enough to where he can kind of see this thing. And you hear him murmur a very, very quick, light prayer, and a blast of holy energy seems to emanate from nowhere, almost on top of this thing. Urki is going to cast a sacred flame. And unfortunately, this goblin manages to dodge the sacred flame just as this radiant energy burns down. Just. The goblin's next. So this guy is going to poke his head out, and a third goblin's going to kind of poke his head out from the room. This guy who's running up is going to take his scimitar, and after seeing what Tuck did, he's going to try to swing at Tuck. If I can open my goblin. A 12 doesn't beat your AC, I take it. Okay. You managed to parry this thing easily with your quarterstaff. The other one, armed with a short bow, is going to try to take a shot over at Kurt. And a 20 is certainly going to hit you. So you take 6 points of damage. And Meepo's next. Meepo's just going to take his sling, and he's going to attempt to hit the goblin that poked his head out. And his sling finds its mark. The rock finds its mark. But the goblin is barely standing.
That was me who took the 6 damage, right?
Yes, and I already adjusted your hit point box there.
Oh, I did it on my player sheet. Thank you for getting that as well.
Okay. Kent, you're next.
If I move to here, I mean, I'm not moving right next to the goblin, but I'm not going to be attacked if I move to there, correct?
You're technically within melee range of the goblin there.
Okay. I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself, because I should have gotten my slots back after the rest, correct?
Correct.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself. It will bring my armor class up to 15.
Okay.
And...
Can you click on that spell in your spellbook real quick?
Yes, I can, sir.
I think it's just a flat +3, right?
I
think it makes your... Well, click the spell. It should bring up the detail.
Yep, hold on.
It's 13 plus dex, so...
okay.
Alright, so that should put me at 15. Okay.
Your dexterity is... Yep.
Can I do anything else this turn? Probably not, right?
It's an action to cast Mage Armor, so no.
Okay. Well, that is my turn then.
Alright, Will, you're up again.
Hey, Mushnose! If your ears were any pointier, they'd be antenna. I bet that's Vicious Mockery, the one in the other room, sticking his nose in.
Alright.
Got him.
Yeah, 6 is not going to do it. So this goblin kind of racks his brain, and looks at you pretty angrily, but he obviously looks hurt. So you did have some effect, but the goblin is still holding pretty strong. Anything else you would like to do as part of your movement?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Duck, you're next.
I'm going to move to face the little bitch.
Here.
And
you're on top of one that's out there.
There's still one in the doorway.
Is that the one? Oh, the one there is the one that stuck out. Okay.
Yeah, there's one underneath of that token, and then there's him, and then the one behind him.
Okay, then I'll buttfuck this one right here.
Okay.
As soon as I can find my page here, hang on.
Okay. So your quarterstaff misses. He manages to parry that. You get a little frustrated. You just kind of thrust out with your leg and just strike him, and he goes down.
Which leg?
Yes.
Good answer.
He did tie that in a knot, though. So
I did. So it has to be my right leg this time, not the middle one.
Okay. So at the end of your turn, I'd like all of you to make perception checks.
I am done my turn. I'm going to do a perception check.
You want a retroactive check for Will?
Yep. All you to go ahead and just make a perception check. Okay. Will, you don't hear anything outside of the rest of the battle going on. The other three of you to the south hear what sounds like a lot of barrels suddenly falling over.
I think someone's trying to get in through that other door.
And now who's upset we didn't try to burn whatever goblin was in through the door with the oil?
Kurt, you're next.
So there's 2 people down in front of the door, is that correct?
There's only one goblin left. That's just inside this room.
Right, but okay, so I can move up to here. Is that?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Out.
You know what? Never mind. I'm just gonna stay back so that doesn't matter. I'm gonna shoot him with my bow.
Okay, go for it.
And yep.
Critical miss.
Good job, me.
Your bow strikes one of the unconscious goblins and knocks it dead.
Perfect.
I'm just clicking on something. Don't just bear with me 1 second. Just ignore that.
Okay.
I yell to the rest of the group. I think someone might be coming in from behind us, and we should prepare for that as we down this last goblin.
I'm already.
And then I end my turn. Illusion.
Already preparing for that.
Okay. Urki very, very quickly goes, "Do you want me back there?"
Back where? Oh, back in...
By the back door.
Sure. Do it, man.
Okay. Urki's going to bugger off back 5, 10... 15, 20. And he's going to hang out here so that you can all see him and he can call out to you, and he's going to keep his action readied. This last goblin is going to kind of just jump out and is going to try to take one last desperate swing with its scimitar at Tuck. And 11's not going to beat your AC, so you easily and nimbly parry this thing. And it's looking angry and upset. Meepo is...
He had disadvantage on that roll, let's not forget.
Okay, well 11's not going to hit anyway, so... Thank you for reminding me, though. Meepo is going to take his sling and try to finish this thing off. And just misses wildly. So you parry the blow of the scimitar, and with a quick flick of the wrist, you parry this rock going wild at you as well. And then Meepo, seeing that he's not really having much of an effect, is, he doesn't want to trigger attack of opportunity. He's just going to move kind of over to this corner and wait. Kent, you're up next.
We still have one goblin there, right?
Yeah, one goblin there engaged in melee with all of you.
All right. If I roll from this area, I have to roll at disadvantage to see if a spell hits, correct?
If it's a ranged spell attack, I will say your frostbite is a saving throw, and you wouldn't have to worry about disadvantage in that case.
You know what? I'm just going to try swinging in with my quarterstaff.
Okay, go for it.
Ooh.
Nope.
Okay, then.
You pick up your quarterstaff, and you're like, how do I use this thing again? I just bloodied the monk with it. I can't remember how I did that. Is that your turn, then?
Yeah, nothing else I can do on it, right? Yeah, so.
Yep. All right. At the top of the round, Will, go ahead.
Oh, enough of this. I draw my rapier and make with the stabby.
Go for it.
You're a bad audience.
A 13's not enough. This thing ducks out of the way.
And I'm a bad swordsman.
As you try to poke this thing, and boy, this last one is desperately fighting on for its life, trying to do something, anything to finish this out. Are you making any other moves?
No, I don't want to provoke an attack of opportunity, so I'll stay.
Okay.
I'll slide up. I'll slide up.
Okay.
In preparation, I untie my cock and let it dangle down.
All right.
Then I butt fuck this bastard. Oh.
Neither of those is going to hit.
I see that.
You cannot believe how unbelievably dexterous this one goblin seems to be.
Are y'all done?
Unless he wants to jump back down to the pit, I think Tuck's done.
Sure.
Yep.
I yell, "Never fear, friend. I'll take care of this monster." Critical hit.
Okay, so 13 doesn't hit. That 24 almost certainly does hit. All right, so you managed to chop off the head of the last goblin.
Sure.
And I'm just going to remove them from the playing field. But you have, if need be, you have one unconscious goblin up there. You have 2 that are dead.
I'm going to move back down this way and prepare, try to investigate whatever that sound was, or see if I can see anything through the door. Is this door closed or open?
That door is open.
All right, can I see anything through it to see if anyone's coming in, or what's going on with that noise?
Go ahead and make a perception check. Okay, so as you're peering in that direction, both you and Erky and everybody else is kind of starting to hear even more barrels just getting bashed through. And as you look, you see a large, brutish creature just come barreling in.
A creature that I do not know of its race, so it's not an orc.
Do you see the token there?
Yeah, no. I'm just asking if my character would know that that's. Oh, okay. I had to get closer to the. Gotcha. I got.
You can make a history check to see if you recognize it from anything.
No.
You know that it's a type of goblinoid that's large, brutish, and oftentimes stupid. Beyond that, you don't remember any other details about it.
Cool. I relay this information to the group.
Fortunately, Erky will cry out, "Bugbear! Bugbear!"
Oh, all right.
What the blazes is a bugbear? How much danger could a bear the size of a bug actually be?
Come down here and find out for yourself. I have to add a turn for him, which I did a secret roll for. Hang on.
0. I like that. He goes last.
No, but he might as well be.
Yeah, he's about on par with me.
Okay, and as you look at this thing peering in, it looks at you, it looks at the dead goblin inside the room, and suddenly looks a little concerned. Kurt, you're just finished your turn, actually.
Yeah, I'm done.
So, Erky's going to move in. You see him utter another quick incantation. And he's going to attempt to cast another... What does this spell do again? Any creature target. Okay. Yeah, he's going to go attempt to cast another Sacred Flame. Unfortunately, with all the shattered timber, it's kind of hard for him to see, and the bugbear doesn't seem to be affected by it at all. Meepo's going to kind of move out, poke his hat out, see what's going on, and instantaneously turn around the cover here and just kind of hide. He's taking his dodge action for the turn. Kent, you're up.
Hold hold on 1 second. Okay, I would like to move to the area where the campfire is.
Okay.
From my vantage point, and because we did not move the barrel of oil, can I see the barrel from here?
You most certainly can.
Where would the barrel be in relation to the bugbear?
It would be, maybe about 7 feet, right about there. Maybe off to the side a little bit.
I whisper,
see it.
"Do it."
Do I think that if I hit that barrel with a firebolt, because it isn't a barrel, it would explode?
You don't know if it'll. You didn't get a real good example based on what you saw in the oil. Explode. It'd probably be a lot less of a raw explosion, a lot more of think of like on flame sticky tar. If that happened to land and splash on somebody, it would stick them with fire, as it were.
Okay.
It would most certainly alight.
Okay, I'm shooting the barrel with a firebolt.
Go for it. Okay, I will say a 13 does hit. So the barrel does alight. It splashes around the room, and the bugbear catches on fire. So he will go ahead and take that 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Let me just double check something real quick.
You know, if they're bugbears, do they have more fur, and would they be more flammable?
This thing actually does have more fur.
They burn for an additional 4, huh?
All right, it's the bugbear's turn. This thing is going to attempt to kind of duck back into the cold hallway here, and you can just kind of barely see him. He drops and begins to kind of stop, drop, and roll.
Do they teach that in bugbear school? The stop, drop, and roll?
Only you can prevent forest fires.
He drops to his knees, tries to pad it out, does whatever he can to kind of get rid of this thing. And he does manage to pad it out, but Kent, go ahead and roll an extra 1d4 fire damage.
Hold on. Roll. D4. Roll.
There you go. All right, so he takes another 4 fire damage, but he manages to pat himself out. He is prone in that room, though.
Gentlemen, be careful if you're chasing him. There's a big oily fire in the middle of that room.
He's prone to smoking.
Will, you're up.
Being stealthy as I go, I'm going to slide into this room to scope it out and see what I can see.
Okay. From what you can see, you see this is maybe some sort of barracks. There is a particularly nasty stench of garbage and maybe some carrion here. Somewhat unsanitary. There are tattered hides. It looks like maybe that's what the goblins are kind of sitting or otherwise laying down on. A couple of hammocks around the fire pit. And the fire pit is alight, but fairly dim. There is cooking equipment scattered around, and most of it looks broken.
I would just like to point out to you guys that I think that goblin we tortured and killed lied to us.
Well, I don't think we can draw that conclusion yet. We're not really that far from where we found him. Will is going to quickly pick up one of the skins there on the floor, drape it around himself theatrically, and stride back towards the door. I don't know how much movement that'll give me.
You took 5 feet going in, so you should have, I think, 25 more movement speed.
Okay, Will strides back into this room here and says, Allow me to go first, my friends. I will make like one of them. They will never expect this. And he hunches over and starts making goblin-y sounds, acting his heart out.
I lean over to Kurt. His funeral.
Again, role-playing my 8 intelligence.
I take it you probably don't know Goblin as a language.
It's a bunch of grunts and farts. How hard could it be?
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
Oh, is there someone actually there seeing me? Hold on. Oh, wait. You're for a disadvantage. Hold on.
Just click the deception button again. Okay, so even with the 17, this dumb as shit bugbear seems like it might believe that you are this fucking goblin. And you seem a little confused.
Ooga, ooga,
ooga. Okay, is that your turn then?
Well, yeah, it's about as stupid as I can get in one round.
Okay, Tuck, you're up next. You hear goblin noises coming from the other room.
Which other room?
The one south. It sounds like Will.
Yes.
It's an amazingly lyrical goblin.
Well.
With perfect bone structure.
Well, I'm going to move to the other room with my companions. I'll stand with Will because he's dumb. Fuck. And can I see if the bugbear is still prone or is he up again?
It's kind of hard to see him from this angle. I will say you do see him. He is still prone. You would have taken 5, 10, let me see, maybe 15 feet to get there, right? Yeah, so.
I have 20 feet left.
Yeah.
Is the room still on fire?
This area in the dead center of the room is on fire. And I will say thank you for the link, Miles. I did add the extra 2 points of damage to the bugbear.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge deal. I knew that none of us knew, so I looked it up.
I'm going to move right here, before the fiery area, and see if I can see the damn bugbear and if there's anything else in that room.
Okay, give me just a second. So the area that's alight is right around there, just to give us a better view. And I'm sorry, you're doing what again?
I'm peering into the room from here to see if I can see anything. Since there's still a little bit of flame there, there should be some dim light, and I can see 60 yards.
You're peering into the room that the bugbear is in?
Yes.
Okay. Aside from the smoke emanating from the bugbear's fur and this thing's kind of screaming in pain, you do see the mist that was there before is still kind of there. There are torches sitting on in sconces on each of the pillars that provides additional dim light inside the room. There is a light obscurity though, and so from where you are, the bugbear is close enough to the door and away enough from the mist that you can still see it clearly prone on the floor.
I'm going to wait here and see what he does.
You can throw a dart at it. It will have disadvantage because he's prone, but you can throw a dart at him.
I can try that then. Or a dagger. One of the two.
One of the
I'm going to go with the dagger.
Okay, do roll disadvantage because he's prone, and you're making a ranged attack against a prone creature. A 7 is not going to hit. So your dagger goes wide. It kind of sticks into one of the nearby pillars. Kurt, you're up next.
All right, I'm going to trudge my way into the room. And then I'm going to make a ranged attack at disadvantage, because I didn't learn my lesson from watching him do it.
All right. Into the far wall. This thing is just looking kind of angry and pissed and not real ready to deal with any of you right now. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's it.
All right. Erky's going to go up. Just double checking what that does. Okay, Urki's going to go into the room here. He's going to utter another very, very quick prayer, and the flames that you see on the ground begin to rapidly dim. It's still a light, but it's not much bigger than maybe a very, very tiny candle. And that'll be Urki's turn. There's enough room to sidestep out into the room there now. Meepo's turn. He is just going to wait for you guys to do your thing, man. He doesn't want to take this thing on.
God, he's my favorite.
Kent, you're up.
I would like to move into the doorway.
Okay.
Here. I'm trying to think. Can I can't occupy the same space as Will, can I?
It'd be you'd theoretically be within about basically shoulder to shoulder, we could say.
Well, then I am going to hang there, and I assume that I cannot see this guy from here.
Not really from that angle.
I'm going to move here. Can I see the door? Can I see the other doorway?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to cast Minor Illusion.
Mm-hmm.
And put it in about right here and see if I can distract the bugbear with a loud sound.
Okay, what is that sound going to be?
Good question.
I'm going to roleplay this. I'm going to make you roleplay.
I know. I'm trying to think. Dragon roar.
Okay.
Make the sound.
Okay. So make a quick perception check when you do that. In fact, you can't see him. Kurt and Tuck, you two make a quick perception check.
I still have disadvantage on.
Okay, we'll call the 7-year roll.
Yeah.
Tuck, go ahead and make a perception check. Assuming you're not out getting beer somewhere.
Oh, no. I wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
Perception?
Yep. Okay. As that dragon roar happens, Tuck, you can't help but notice the bugbear kind of gazes to the north. And then it's the bugbear's turn. He is going to get himself up out from prone, and he is going to duck along the wall and move over here, and that's going to be his turn. And as he enters deeper into the mist, he's starting to become more and more obscured by it. Will, it's your turn.
I'm going to, let's see, where am I here? Here I am.
Underneath the skin. There you go.
Is that fire still ablazing?
It is. So it's kind of in that square, and it's only not much bigger than a candle. You could very easily sidestep it wherever you went.
I'm going to use my stealth and move into that room.
Okay, you can get just inside that room there. It'll be one of these two spots. Either here.
The magic ruler says that's 30 feet.
Well.
All right, that's fine. There I am.
You have to exit out of that door, so you'd have to exit into that spot or that spot.
It's all good.
So go ahead, if you're making it stealthy, go ahead and make a stealth check. Okay. Yeah, you successfully sneak into this room with the mist and everything, and you can get a clear vision of the bugbear. He's barely obscured, but you can pretty clearly see this thing. He seems like he might be reaching for the door next to him.
I gesture for... I shout at him in Goblin and gesture to... Hold on. Towards the other door beyond him. assuming I can see it.
You're half elf.
As if I'm crouched down and acting all goblin-y.
Okay.
As if to say, go through that one, dummy.
Because of the fog here, I'm going to say you can't quite see that door.
Ah, okay.
You can see the one he's trying to exit through, and you can see this other one.
In that case, my suggestion to him will be to wait. To hold there. Like, I'll make a hold there gesture while I, goblin at him.
Okay. Because you don't know Goblin, and he doesn't know who you are, if that's... Let me think about this.
Deception?
Yeah, go ahead and make a deception check. Because he does believe you're a goblin. You managed to pull that much off, or believe that you're associated with goblins in some way. Okay, he stops looking at the door and kind of looks at you and seems really, really confused.
Mission accomplished.
Tuck, you're next.
I don't know what these bear bugs are, but they're dumb. Says the 8 intelligence.
I'm going to move into the room.
Your movement speed is amongst 35, right?
Yeah.
You could engage this thing.
Yeah, okay, I can go here. Screw it. Yep. And incoming butt fuck.
Damn, son.
Oh yeah, both of those are absolutely going to hit.
11 points of damage, damn.
I pelvic thrust in excitement.
This bugbear looks confused, sexually assaulted, and really, really needing therapy before he dies.
Nice.
But yeah, he's on the ropes. Gert, you're up next.
Sweet, here I go. Did I do good, boss?
The 16 is absolutely going to hit.
Sweet.
Okay. It doesn't look like it could take another one of those swings, but it is, at the moment, still holding on.
No.
Erky's up.
Don't miss this time, you damn. What is he?
No.
Gnome.
He's going to swing behind one of these pillars, and peering out, he's going to attempt to cast one more Sacred Flame against this thing.
He should never cast Sacred Flame again.
The bugbear critically succeeds on his dexterity saving.
Jesus.
So that flame goes nowhere. The bugbear is angry and upset and kind of, yeah. Meepo is going to move up a little bit to kind of try to see what's going on, but it's going to just kind of hang out behind the wall here. Gent, you're up next.
I'm going to move here. Oh, shit. Guys, turn that damn thing off. I'm going to... God damn it. Okay, I'm going to move here. Can I see him even through the fog in the room?
You can.
I would like to cast Frostbite on him.
Go for it. Okay. He succeeds with a 20.
Son of a bitch.
So, although it is very cold in this room, it doesn't seem like their frostbite's having any added benefit from the cold in this room, and it has no effect on the bugbear.
This is gonna hurt.
The bugbear turns and is really, really angry and kind of upset at all of you, and is just going to try to go down swinging. He turns over to Tuck and he grabs a huge morning star that he's going to attempt to hit you with. A 23, I imagine, is certainly going to hit.
Oh.
You take 11 points of damage.
No, I just lay down on the ground.
Tuck's unconscious.
The monk's dead again.
You watch as this bugbear, who's is on the ropes and you're chasing down this room takes a morning star and just whack just upside the head of your monk as he just eats shit and falls to the ground.
Basically. Because our mage failed.
Actually, yes. And as did Urki. Will, you're up next. You see your monk go down.
Yes, we know who the real spellcaster in this group is. Will advances, seeing his friend go down, crouches low behind the pillar, reaches out a hand, says, "Be healed, my friend. Oh, yeah, because I say so." Cast Cure Wounds.
Okay. All right. Doc, you get 4 hit points back.
Oh, good. Thank you, sir.
That's all right. What I do.
Doc, it's your turn again.
Yeah. Suck it, bugbear.
Okay. In the immortal words of Matthew Mercer, how would you like to do this? Is there any special cool way you can think of where you might like to really just take out this bugbear?
Yes.
Go.
I thrust the quarterstaff forward in his mouth as it explodes out of the back of his skull.
Your staff is bloodied with the brains of this thing as he just collapses dead on the floor.
I swing the staff in Kintaris' direction to remove the blood and throw a bit of brain his way. Because he doesn't have much.
Can't make a dexterity throw.
You said saving throw?
Saving throw for Kent to see if he does or does not get splattered with guts. No, Tuck, make a dexterity check. Okay, so you managed to avoid most of it, Kent, but not all of it. So you do get splattered with a little blood and little guts on that nice little robe of yours.
As if speaking to someone who is not there. Yeah, I know. And next time I'll let him fight the bugbear without hurting it first.
All right, you are out of combat. What would you like to do? Meepo kind of wanders in sheepishly. And I'm going to say that the remains of the flame back here do go out.
Is it still me?
You're out of combat, whatever all y'all would like to do.
I'm going to search this man-bear pig.
All right, make a perception check.
I'm going to make my way back to the 3 goblins we killed earlier. Or 2 that we killed.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to search that room more thoroughly, too.
Okay. Kurt, you don't find anything of note on the bugbear other than a hide shield and a very crude-looking morning star.
Cool. I'll pocket the morning star and I'll tell our monk, "Hey, I found a shield. Maybe this one's better than the one you had before." The one you're not using.
Yes.
That one.
The shield that Tuck has is well, to put it bluntly, the one the bugbear is using is made out of some sort of maybe rat hide. The one that Tuck's using that he got off of Caracas' body is actually
good.
Forge is good.
All right.
I will say with the Morningstar, looking at your character sheet, you're holding a longbow and 2 scimitars already.
I can't just put it in my pack.
You'd probably be encumbered, I would say.
Okay.
A little bit. I'm not going to be super big on it, but I have to implement it at least a little bit fairly and use some common sense.
You know what? I was being dumb, and you said morning star, and for some reason I thought you said throwing star, and then I repeated morning star several times.
If it was throwing star, I would have let you do it.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I don't want that morning star.
Okay.
Do you put that on the ground?
Yeah, I tell you guys about it.
Can our friend who can't seem to cast Sacred Flame use a Morning Star? Or is that too
I asked
big
him earlier
for
if he wanted a weapon, and he
As a
told me
matter
he's more of a spellcaster.
He's going to go ahead and, hearing your suggestion, he's just going to pick it up and hold on to it just for safety's sake. And he's going to go ahead and grab the shield, too.
Sweet.
Probably not a horrible idea, because...
Not at all.
You know, I'm not doubting his magical prowess, but he should have a backup.
Yep.
I would like to search these poor bastards in front of me.
Okay, go ahead and make a perception check. Alright. On each of the goblins, you find maybe a combined total of about 20 silver and 80 copper.
Sorry, Darren, go ahead.
And is that all?
Other than their scimitars, a longbow, and a few arrows. No, that's it.
I'm going to leave the arrows for Kurt and sneak into the room with Will, trying to figure out what the fuck's going on here.
Yeah, I'm searching that room.
Go ahead and make a perception check, both of you.
Find where my sheet went.
Okay. All right. Will, you're searching around the room, and as the both of you are searching, underneath one of the rugs, Sean, you do find there's a pouch that looks like it might be hiding a gem. It looks maybe to be a small sapphire worth about 5 gold pieces.
How many?
5. Other than that, there's nothing else about the room that really stands out. It looks like maybe it was some sort of barracks where the goblins were staying.
Assuming that the entire room or all the barrels in that room, I'm still curious about this elf pudding.
Okay. You open up the barrel, you peer inside by the barrel that's labeled an elf pudding, and what you see, or what you peer in, it looks like some kind of pudding, but it looks like the skin of this, the skin that makes up this pudding, kind of looks like about the same color as Tux.
I'm going to have Meepo come over and smell that.
Oh. Goblin trash.
Okay.
He seems generally disinterested. He's going to wander back in the room with you, kind of peer in. And as he looks at that thing, he says, elf pudding? What? That's supposed to be crushed elf or something?
No idea, my friend. No idea.
Not sure we want to find out. Anything else the rest of you are doing?
I'm trying to fix this trap door so that it's stuck upright again so we can walk across it, just like we did in the other ones.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check with advantage. Okay, there's a couple of things you notice. There is a rim. There's actually a small catwalk along the very, very edge of the trapdoor that safely leads to the door across the hallway. That's about 2 feet across. Looking at the cover, you think if you maybe had an iron spike or something, there is something that it's something you could jam in there to keep the lids flipped open.
Hey, guys.
What was that?
Would one of my daggers work?
Probably.
I hand one of my daggers over to Kurt.
Nice. I jam it in there.
Okay. You don't have to make any sort of check. You manage to find out how the pit more or less operates after a few minutes. You jam the dagger in, and it seems like it holds the pit open so that you're able to very gently walk across the floor there.
You jammed this spike into a rim.
All right, so I go over and I check out the door for any traps.
Make a perception check. The door doesn't seem like it's trapped. As you press your hand against the wooden door, it feels exceptionally cold. And as you kind of look and feel around it, you do notice, however, that the door is locked.
Oh. Okay. Exceptionally cold. What kind of dragon were we here to get?
White.
Okay. Does that have a pretense to it other than its color? Does that give it like an elemental power at all? I'm wondering if it's supposed to be a cold dragon. If we're getting closer.
Make a history check.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fuck knows.
Well, damn.
I'm half tempted to ask if I can make the same check to have an idea of what's going on here.
Make a history check. Okay. You know that white dragons typically, traditionally, live in the far, far north, usually in not arid, but frozen tundras.
Tundra.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
And beyond that, you also know that white dragons are very, very bestial in nature, whereas most dragons are. Not to say that a white dragon is not able to communicate or have any sort of thoughts and feelings, and not a sentient creature in and of itself. It is, however, far more bestial than many of the other chromatic dragons.
So, just trying to put the pieces together here, teen. This might be one of those you're getting hotter things, except backwards.
I'm going to ask Meepo, how big is the dragon that you were keeping, that we're searching for?
Big enough to fit cage. Still relatively young.
Relatively young. All right. I think our bar. I think someone in the group's way ahead of me on this door here. That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, are you still kind of hanging out up in that room?
No, I'll make my way with the others.
Okay. Tuck, were you doing anything with that door?
I'm going to check for the same thing. Is it cold?
It is exceptionally cold, and it is also locked.
It is also locked. Well then.
I asked the group, how do I open a locked door? How do we open a locked door? Because I guess
we have a guy over there who can unlock doors, I do believe, with a spell. Our little gnome bitch.
I can't do that. I can bless and I can cure wounds, but I don't have any sort of unlocked door spell. If I did, I would have got out of that prison months ago.
It says unlocked door. Sorry, I misread. It says you instantaneously cause an unlocked door or window to fly open or slam shut.
He's talking about thermite. Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking about thaumaturgy. There's another spell that does that, but thaumaturgy isn't it?
Yeah, it's called knock.
Yep.
And I don't have that yet.
Let us go to the left and stand on the bugbear triumphantly while I check the door.
Okay.
I kind of dragged this bugbear out of the way back over here into this room.
The sucker's heavy, but after some time you do manage to get it out back there.
Perfect.
Are you closing? Okay. Are you closing this door behind you?
That seems like a loaded question. Sure, we'll close the door.
All right, the door is closed. You're checking that door. Go ahead and make a very quick perception check for me.
Everyone, or
just Tuck? Okay. You don't hear anything in particular, other than the air seems like it's a little warmer in this direction, and there's a faint breeze on the other side of the door.
This room's full of fucking fog or something, right? Isn't that what you said? Yeah, I'm going to open this door back up so we don't fill up with fog, because I don't know how that works.
Okay.
Assuming you can open the door again.
Yeah, can I open the door?
Yeah, you can open the door.
Yeah, I'll just leave it open then. I don't want to die of fog.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but I was going to say don't close the door.
So I'm very quiet, and I have sleight of hand. I'd like to open this door very slowly and just peek through.
Okay. Peeking through, you do see maybe some sort of hallway that leads down and curves off to the left.
But it doesn't go to the right? I ask over his shoulder. Boys, I think we're at a standstill here.
Well, let's keep going. We might find a key.
Keep going? All right.
I'm going to sneak up here and sneak a peek around the corner. What is to my left?
There's a hallway that leads back down and a hallway that leads to the north. The hallway continues on to the left, continuing in one of those two directions.
It's up to you, boys. We can go check the other two doors on the bottom or go up.
Why didn't we open this door here?
It's locked. I ask Meepo, do you have any way of opening this door over here?
Meepo shakes his head. No.
Fucking Meepo.
I like what's the gnome's name?
Erky Timbers.
I'd like to ask Erky, I know you were being held hostage or being held in captivity in the other room, but have you ever seen any of the rest of this citadel, for lack of a better word?
Not really. I was captured on the road and knocked unconscious when they dragged me here. I think they hope to maybe get some sort of ransom for my release.
Okay. I'm going to say to you guys, the only way I see is forward.
Sure.
Deal. Since that's the decision, I'm going to sneak up to this corner here and peek around the corner very quietly.
Okay. Going there, you do see the hallway continues down into the door, presumably leading into the hallway there. Peering out around the hallway, it leads down further to the west, and it's a fairly long corridor.
I come and open this door and peer out and be like, guys, come on.
Oh, yeah, Cyril.
And I would do the same here.
I say to Tuck, you're somewhat in the habit of falling into pits. No offense. Perhaps we should be checking for traps as we go.
Sure.
Okay.
Am I in a pit right now?
No.
That's a good place to
Good
start.
question, though. Go ahead and make a quick perception check, though. Okay, you're not in a pit. You don't seem like it doesn't seem like there's any traps nearby, but on the other side of the room from where you're standing, you hear voices. Lots of voices.
You mean to our left, to our west?
On the other side of the wall from where you and Tuck both are. Yeah, right around there you hear a lot of voices. And as you peer around the corner, you can see what looks to be maybe another one of the towers that used to make up the citadel with a door leading into it.
I whisper, guys, I'm not a scaredy cat, but I don't know if we can go into quote, a lot of voices right now.
I'm going to inquire as to Tuss how he's feeling and his health, because I know he took a hell of a shot from that bugbear.
I'm sitting at 4 health right now.
Erky's going to come up and laying a hand on both you and Kurt, seeing that you're both damaged, he's going to cast Cure Wounds on both of you.
What a nice guy.
So, Tuck, you'll gain 4 hit points back. And Kurt, you'll also gain 4 hit points back.
Nice.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And we win.
Game over.
Tuck, can you see any other doors at the end of that hallway? Or is that a door?
It is a door.
It's a door leading into a tower, it looks like.
Guys, how about we check out the south side of this misty room and see if we can find anything down there?
Sure.
Okay.
Do you guys want to check the door or should I?
I'll check the door, but I'd like to check for traps around the door first.
Okay. Make a quick perception check.
You owe me if I fall in a hole.
You still hear a lot of voices coming from the west, and it's kind of hard to make out anything coming from beyond the south door itself.
I'm going to test this door as quietly as I can and see if it's locked to the south of me.
Okay. It's not locked.
I am going to step out of the way and let one of my other guys go first.
I will do it, for fuck's sakes. Using my insane amount of stealth and dexterity, I quietly open the door and peek inside.
Make a stealth check.
I have to step away for just 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay, Pete, you're peering just inside. You do get a good look at the room. And there are 3 goblins huddled around a campfire that don't seem to notice you. They're all kind of just chatting with one another. You also do see there's another door leading to the south.
If I kick the door in and jump towards the one to the left, will I get advantage? Because I scared the fuckers?
You'll get a surprise round, I will say.
Do we all get one?
If you're doing... I would say no. You would be the only one getting surprised in that instance.
Okay. Do we do it?
1 second.
I would say move in such a way that you can target the one on the right or left. I would suggest the same to Will.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. I'm just moving my character sheet around. I'm going to stand right next to Kurt. And Killy, can I see either of the ones that are just off the doorway?
From where you are, you can see that one, and you can just make out that one.
All right, then I am where I need to be, and I say yes. I say we have no other options.
Okay. And since Kurt's not here, I'm just going to position him here, and he's going to prep an attack with a longbow.
Will.
Okay, so since you two can see the one on the right, I will jump to the one on the left. Will can maybe position himself to the right of Kent so he can see the one on the left as well.
Yep. So from there, Will can see the 2 to the left.
Awesome.
Then Erky's going to hang out behind you, and he's going to get ready as well.
Well, I'm going to ready my quarterstaff and kick the door in and jump to the one on the left.
Okay, go ahead and everybody roll initiative.
Do we have to wipe out the one that's already there, or will it just take place? The turn order?
It'll just take its place. It should just take its place.
Okay.
You suck, Erky. Can you roll for Kurt?
I will here in a minute.
Oh, look at fucking...
I got 3 different initiatives I need to roll.
Yeah. Fucking Meepo with an 18.
That doesn't mean a lot if he's not actually going to do anything.
Point taken.
Okay. There we go. All right, as soon as you bust in the door, Meepo's going to take his sling and he's going to attempt to hit that goblin to the right. And he's absolutely going to hit it. So Arako's flying into the room, busts into this goblin's face, and he suddenly has a very bloody nose. Tuck, you got your surprise action? Okay, the 11's not going to hit, but the 21 most certainly will. Fortunately, you find a really, really weak spot in the goblin's gut, and you just kind of punch this thing so hard that it just falls flat on its back. It goes down instantaneously.
Sweet.
Alright. And Miles, I already rolled initiative. You're in a surprise round for these goblins in the room. From where you are, you can make out the one on the right that just got injured.
Cool. I'll shoot it with an arrow.
Go for it. Nope. The arrow swings wide and sticks into the nearby wall.
I'm really good at that.
Do for your movement?
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Kent, you're next.
I will target the goblin on the right, and I will cast Firebolt at him.
Go for it. Yeah, that absolutely hits. So the goblin gets hit with this rock and almost kind of keels over, and then you suddenly see this firebolt, far more dangerous, engulf this thing in flames, and the goblin goes down and is dead. What was that? All right. It's a surprise round, so the goblins don't get to go. Will, you're next. You can still see from where you are this last goblin that's standing up and alive.
One is the loneliest goblin because his friends are dead. Vicious mockery.
All right. All right. This goblin very easily gets affected by the vicious mockery and looks back at you, obviously a little bit hurt and a little bit angry. But the mockery itself doesn't seem like it had an effect. Oops, wrong button. It's had an effect, but it doesn't seem like it's hurt as bad as maybe you were hoping it did. And as soon as I load back in, because my app crashed, it'll be Urky's turn.
I really hope Urky burns him with sacred flame.
Dream big.
I'm going to go ahead and move into the room here. 10, 15, 20, 25. He's actually going to take his Morning Star that he took off the other guy and try to attempt to whack this goblin with it. And I have to pull up all my... Oh, God damn it, it's bugged. I'm sorry, hang on while I get this fixed.
No worries. Will, perhaps because we heard noises in the other room, you may not want to whistle so loud.
Right next to the door?
Don't suppress my creative energy, friend.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Would you mind taking a couple steps to your left, though?
Sorry.
If it hadn't been for Cotton-eyed Kent,
Okay.
my career would come and went.
Alright, so he attempts to whack this goblin with his Morning Star, and he's not real familiar with the weapon, but he does his best. Unfortunately, it does not connect. But he has engaged this thing in combat. And then Meepo. We're back at the top of the round with Meepo. Meepo's going to swing around inside the room and attempt to hit that goblin with its sling. And critically fails. That rock, instead of hitting the goblin, will instead hit Urky and bang him in the back of the head for 1 point of damage. You heard Urky curse something in Gnomish. Tuck, you're next. You got one last goblin who's looking kind of panicked and injured. And at this time, go ahead and everybody make a perception check. Okay, none of you notice anything other than the sounds of combat going on.
I'm going to rush forward in a fit of rage to try and scare the bastard and then buttfuck him.
Alright. All right, the 15's most certainly going to hit. It manages to barely block your quarterstaff. You manage to surprise it with the uppercut to the right, and this thing goes down.
Yeah, I'm going to run into that room now, away from that door.
And you're all out of combat.
I'd like to go into the room and search.
Okay.
Let us all search.
All right. Go ahead and make perception checks then.
We're just going to pay attention to this bigger, misty hallway.
Okay.
While that's going on, I will be right back.
Okay. Kent, you don't notice anything particular about this room. It looks much like the other barracks room that the other goblin bandits were in. Tuck doesn't notice anything out of the ordinary either. There's a few more. There's a few less rather furs on the floor here, but this room looks very much like the room you just took out a couple of goblins in, with the exception of a door heading to your right.
Well, folks, I doubt there's 2 rooms right next to each other that have goblins in them.
I perceive for any traps on the door.
Jeez, you're just not going to trust any door anymore, are you?
Not one.
Make it a perception roll. I assume that's the 15 then.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, there's no traps.
All right. I open the door and peer in. I assume I can open it if it's not locked, I guess.
Yeah, it's not locked. You peer in, and there's a hallway that goes into the east a little bit and then curves down to the south.
I start moseying in just a little bit, and I perceive for trap. Oh, man, I was really ready to roll it, and then my thing closed. Hold on. Oh, okay. Well,
there's no traps, but you fall flat on your face and are knocked prone for 5 seconds.
Perfect. Let's be here, guys, if anyone else wants to take the lead.
Oh, I'll walk in, and I will also look to see if there's anything in this room that I notice.
Okay. You do notice that it curves down not too long, not too far, and there's a door to the south that's closed.
I say to my friends, this looks like it might just lead us back to the kobolds.
It might, but
From
now,
my good memory of maps and my shining memory.
Meepo will move forward and kind of peer at the door, and in fact, he's going to kind of look in and peer really, really quickly, and he'll look back and say, back to kobold. Goblins use this area as main attack into kobold territory.
Okay. Well, lead the way, Meepo.
Are you heading south?
Yeah, let's. I say to the group, do you guys want to head south and then ask them if they know any way of unlocking that door?
Give me a minute, says Will. I want to try something.
Okay. Sure.
This door, I'm hearing all kinds of voices on the other side. Is that correct?
Make another perception check. It's hard to kind of make out. It sounds like there's maybe some more noises, but maybe not as many as there were before.
All right. I'm going to try something that is somewhat complex, but should be doable. I'm going to use my stealth to try to do this quietly, but I want to slowly open the door and cast my minor illusion of the door not being opened.
All right.
So that I can peek inside.
Make a deception check with advantage.
Deception check with what?
Advantage. Okay. You barely manage to pull the illusion off, and you peer into a large room. Get a very good look into a very large room, consisting, and the tokens on the map here don't really do it a whole lot of justice. But there is at the very least over 24 goblins in this room. Most of them look like they're kind of scared or frightened, as if they just heard a lot of combat or some combat noises. You do see at least 4 of them armed as if they are guards, and most, maybe a couple of the commoners in the room seem like they're armed with clubs, but they're all kind of on high alert looking over in that direction, and a few of the commoners, which don't have tokens and aren't particularly well armed, all seem like they're hugging the north door here.
Are they mostly women and children?
Yes.
Okay. I will close the door again quietly and let my friends know what's on the other side of that door. And also suggest that locked door might be where we need to go, else it's the tower.
I still suggest we go and ask the kobolds if they have a way to open that door. Either if they can sell us these tools or some other way to open it.
What about that other key that we had for the other room? Does that work?
I still have that. Well, no, we handed it off to different people.
The key that you picked up was for the prison.
Okay, so it doesn't open those doors.
I say, look, it's 4 goblins, right? Let's buck up and take them down, and then we can probably question one of the civilians as to the nature of what's in there.
Okay. I'm on board. We should probably wait for Friar Tuck.
Probably would be a good idea. Killy, while that's all going on, I would just like to come up here and see if there is anything. If I assume that I would kind of get an idea that this door may lead into that main chamber, right?
Yeah, given the circumstances.
Holy fuckballs.
Killy said there's 24 people inside that room.
Over 24. Mostly women and children.
Yeah, there's 4 guards, I'll tell them. 4 looks like fighting capable goblins.
And the other ones are not.
I asked our GM, Meepo. Meepo, what do you think we should do?
Turn the fuck around.
Why don't
Meepo stands up and says, "This Mother Goblin hold. Cause of war against other kobolds. Maybe other kobolds help?"
You know,
Ooh.
What was funny was I was going to suggest that, but I thought our heavenly rule master was going to say, "No way in hell are they going to charge in there."
So just for the record, we can go down to the kobolds by going down.
Right. Yeah, let's do that, get some kobold help, and then we can come back and down those guys.
Is this door open here?
The door is open, and we haven't gone through the next door yet.
Yeah, open the door. Fuck it.
All right.
Let me get the rest of these tokens in place. Okay, hang on.
And I fall into a fucking hole.
There's a hallway leading south.
I would like to see if there's a trap inside our hallway.
Okay,
go ahead. Let Meepo go first.
Okay. With a perception check, you do in fact notice an unmortared rim around the edges of the wall.
Is there really a trap in this hallway?
Hang on.
Well, Meepo did say that this was the main area where the goblins were attacking them from. I would imagine that the kobolds would have laid a trap.
What a shitty place for a trap, though. Guys, let's go meet up with the trap. Fall in a fucking hole.
I want to examine the trap, see if I can fucking disarm it or avoid it.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so this is a pit trap, and it works very, very much like the other traps. You think you could stick maybe an iron spike or a dagger in here to stop it. You also notice there is, in fact, a 2-foot catwalk on the very, very edges of the room that allows you to sidestep it.
Yeah, we can just sidestep it if you want to.
Does that require any effort on anyone's part?
Oh, like a roll?
Yes.
No.
Then we sidestep the fucking trap.
Okay. So you're all making this way out of the south door, then?
Yes, and I think Meepo should go first because it's his kobold lands.
I give the secret knock and yell Ticklecorn, and then send Meepo through.
Meepo goes through. He sees this kobold lead, which immediately turns around and aims as if he's about to stab something coming through that door. But seeing Meepo, immediately turns around and stops. And as you come through, he talks to Meepo very, very quickly in Draconic and asks, "Did you find the dragon?" And then you hear Meepo respond back in Draconic, "We think we may have found the location of the Goblin Ville, my lad, but we might need some help." He says that in Draconic.
He turns into a fucking princeling when he speaks Draconic, but an annoying little fuck when he speaks Common.
He does. He's fluent in Draconic. His Common sucks.
Oh, Meepo, fuck!
I believe we found the location of the goblins, my boy, but I think we might need some help in overcoming them in order to find the location of the dragon.
Did my character token disappear? Or
You're probably covered by me. Oh, wait, maybe. I don't know.
Fuck, what did happen to your character token? I'll just drag it back out, I guess. I'll make a copy. I find it weird that it just disappeared.
He might be off to the side of the trap there.
Yeah, it might be in the black.
It's no, because I can see it. And it's
right.
Hang on.
Thank you all for coming. That was my greatest trick of all.
There.
Thank you.
And just really quickly, you might want to make sure that you do have control over that token. Okay, good. All right. So you're all making your way back to Ystrael?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
She seems like the only one that would be able to sell us something to open the door.
Okay. You approach Ystrael, and she stands up as you approach, saying, "You've returned. Have you found news of the dragon?"
Madam, I do believe we have found a passage to the dragon, but it is behind a locked door. Would you happen to have any thieves' tools or a way to open the door?
She stops and thinks for a minute. And responds, "I'm not sure if we have any way of being able to perhaps pick the door. The key to the door must be held by one of the goblins in charge."
Perfect. In that case, we have found the goblin stronghold up here, and we are requesting help.
Make a persuasion. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, let him go first. Go ahead.
Okay. As you say that, Meepo pops up and says, in Draconic, "These four happen to clear the way clearly to the Goblinville location. I believe we have a perfect opportunity, if ever, to take this entire stronghold for ourselves, my lady." And Kurt, why don't you make a perception or persuasion check rather with advantage? Oh yeah. So Ystrael stands up, and she turns to her two kobold elites and yells at one of the ones down in the down further into the hallway here. And you see one of the elites will duck into the room here, and popping out of the room come three well-armed, refreshed, familiar-looking kobolds.
All right. Hang on, I was going to ask where they were at.
Point of parliamentary procedure.
I switch to Draconic, and I say, "Thank you, my lady," because apparently that's how you sound when you switch languages.
We'll while happy to see that we're getting some backup, we'll say to Kent, please convey to them that this isn't. We're not looking to massacre women and children. Kill the guards, perhaps question the women and children, but allow them to go away into exile as opposed to just slaughtering them.
If I'm relaying that in Draconic, I'm going to say evil is evil. They all must die.
Okay. Eustrail, who does understand common and hears you say this, will respond. These goblins hold the sacred site to my people. One way or the other, they must leave.
I ask Eustriel if we do funnel out these women and children so that they leave the stronghold, what's the best way to get them out? How should we lead them out?
She says, you came along the passage to the north leading into the back rooms of the goblins. The goblins know the path well and have traveled in and out of it for years. If they know any direction to flee, it would be that way. And based on your travels through that area, you know that, just judging by the hallway here, if you charge into one of the rooms or one of the sections and left the other one open, they probably wound up retreating behind you. By sidestepping you entirely. Assuming you left that open.
Kagai, obviously I am no skilled combatant, but I would like to suggest to our party that what we do is can you guys scroll up? That we position ourselves by this door here and have the kobolds run into the room, and hopefully the large amount of goblins that are not combatants will retreat down the misty hallway. So up at this door here.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
I was actually going to suggest let the casters, i.e. Will and Kent, be here at this door. Let the fight start with the front line attacking from this door. As the goblins group to engage them, that will present area of effect opportunities for us from an unexpected direction.
I think he was saying to filter them out to push them this way.
I would like to see if I think that is a smart plan at all. I don't know how else to say it.
Right, you're just trying to get the women and children out, right? To go out the way we came.
Well,
if they run willy-nilly down that way, though, they may end up getting killed by the kobolds. This way here, if we can just herd them into the corner while the fighting is going on, when it's over, we can then let them know as a group, look, you need to hit the highway or it's, the end.
Indrakonic, I suggest, what's her name?
Eustrail.
Indrakonic, I suggest to Eustrail that the elite force, perhaps coming from the north, and the rest hang out near the edge of the hallway, the better to ambush the fleeing goblins.
Eustrail responds, I'm afraid I haven't been up there myself. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well, come with us.
Make a persuasion check.
Right.
Jeez. She gets up, she looks at her two elites next to her, and she says, very well. So, all of you are making your way all the way back up to this place.
Sure.
Mr. Crit over here.
After showing her the layout of the area, I would like to suggest that we take the three elites that we rescued earlier and bring them up here to the far north. And I would like to suggest to Israel that perhaps if you didn't want to get in combat or wanted to make sure, and this is in Draconic, or wanted to perhaps to make, God damn it, I'm screwing up what I'm trying to say. Or if you wanted to kill all the stragglers, perhaps you should wait in the room to the east of us, down this hallway.
Killy says that's a great idea and that she should do it.
It wasn't me.
Oh, shit. No.
Killy DC'd and I
Kill a
don't
man
care.
Euro moved in from the committed by the server.
I don't care. Killy DC'd and I don't care.
Okay, I'm back in. All right, so you're all up there. What's the plan that you're trying to go into this thing with?
I would like to take the 3 elites that we rescued earlier and have them come up here to the north door and have them charge into the room. And in Draconic, I would like to suggest to Istriel that if she wants to make sure that these goblins don't come back, she could surely wait in the room down the hall over here with her other guards.
In which area?
To our right. The one with the boxes and all that.
Oh, okay.
Should we try and go in the tower and see if we can come in that third door as well to make sure they can't escape? Or do we want them to escape?
I don't think they're going to. Well, out of character, I don't think they're going to make it past Istriel.
He means in the tower.
We'll try his stealthy peek with illusion trick at that door.
Okay.
I think you should go and check and open that door and see if you don't fall into a hole.
Okay. Your illusionary door happens to work pretty well, and you get a pretty good look in here.
What?
Peering inside, you see in the dead center of the room is a circular shaft. There is a 2-foot wall, stone, cobblestone, but cracked, that centers around this circular shaft. It goes straight down. The edges of this shaft have a sickly, violety sort of fungus that gives off some sort of luminescent glow. More importantly, within the room, you see a handful of tall goblinoid-looking creatures in armor. One of which is sitting on a makeshift stone chair, and his feet are resting on top of what looks to be an iron chest. He is talking with a female goblin next to him, dressed in robes, and they're talking in goblin. You don't quite understand of it. Next to the guy sitting in a chair is a potted plant, but it looks like it's a shrub of some kind, and it looks dead. There are also 4 torches set equidistant around the periphery of the chamber, which you can see that lights this place up pretty well.
Well then, Will back away from the door cautiously and stealthily and relay this information to the group.
Yeah, let's not go in there.
No, but sounds of combat will most likely draw out those taller goblinoids.
Yeah.
Is there no way to set traps?
So we're kind of at an impasse here. We can't get the door open to progress the dragon. And we can't start combat in here because I think we'll probably die.
Well,
any thoughts? Is there a door we've missed anywhere that we can still explore?
There was her key. Can she open the door that's cold there?
Killy DC'd again.
No. Oh, we still have this door way down here by the fountain.
By the fountain. Which one? By the fact that was locked.
Yeah,
that was trapped too. That's the one that almost killed Will.
Right, it had the axe, and it had something about undead. I remember distinctly. I just don't remember what it was.
But she just took the key. She took the key with her, didn't she?
That's the key that opens the really far south door down here.
Yeah,
the key is still in the dragon's mouth.
Okay, but anyways, yeah, that key is how we progress to the other half of the dungeon.
And how about we ask her about the cold door that we can't open?
Yeah, okay, I lead her over to the cold door. I say, hey, come over here. Oh, I say, come over here. And then, can you open this door?
She jiggles with the lock, feels the cold in the door, and let me see here.
Queen of the Kobolds, also great at lockpicking.
No, but she, upon feeling the door, will back up a few feet and encourages you and Draconic to back up a few feet as well. Her guard will stand behind her, and she orders Meepo close. She will attempt. Let me pull up my notes here real quick. Bear with me a minute. Just want to make sure I get her spells correct. 4 slots. Okay. She will attempt to cast Burning Hands at the door. Okay. You see as this wooden door in front of you just kind of catches with a whole lot of fire just emanating from her hands, and the door just kind of goes up in flames for a minute around you.
I think to myself, can we switch her out with our other caster?
Kent and Will, are you guys still in the other hallway, keeping an eye on things?
Yeah.
We should regroup in the misty hallway.
Okay.
Will needs to come down to tell us about that tower anyways.
With those 3 elites as well.
Okay, the 3 kobolds are just going to back up a little bit and keep an eye on things.
I'm going to hang kind of near the kobolds.
Okay. As you guys take the time to kind of move around, the hinges on this wooden door eventually do seem to burn and give way and collapse, and you do get to view a good view into this room.
Nice.
I'm going to make sure the fucking room's not trapped.
Okay, hang on. Now, peering into the room, it looks to be maybe an old trophy room of some kind. You can't help but notice that there are a number of heads stuffed along the wall, but the mounting job is pretty sloppy. And a lot of the heads aren't really trophy heads that you would see in a normal castle. Some of those trophies include cattle, rats, and maybe a couple of kobolds, which Eustriel looks a little sick about. Meepo looks a little bit sicker about. There are more than a few smashed and broken cabinets that litter the periphery of the room. There is rusted iron spike in the dead center of the room, and there is a chain, but the chain itself looks broken. On the very, very edges of the room are thin patches of frost that coat the walls, the floor, and the debris.
So the room's cold, but there's no dragon on the end of that chain.
There's no dragon on the end of that chain.
What the fuck?
As you open the door, Meepo is going to actually peer in, and he's going to pull out a little sort of lasso. And as he walks over, you hear him yelling out Kalstric's name, and he walks in a little further. He turns around, walks in a little bit further. And as he wanders in, jumping out from behind a table, you see a white dragon not much older than a few years, jumping out from behind the table. And as you peer to look at Meepo, who for the briefest of moments has a big smile on his face, a large breath emanates from the dragon.
Fuck me in the ass.
And
You were safe.
I didn't do the cold damage roll. Hang on.
You have to.
5d8?
Yeah, it's a DC 12 Constitution saving throw, and he got 15.
No, you just have to check the. You need to put damage as part of the spell on it.
It adds a lot of this shit in as part of the character sheet isn't something I added into the game. It's something that came as part of the add-on. So I'm just gonna do this then.
It was nice knowing you, Meepo.
Okay. So 27 divided by 2 is 13 rounded down. Okay. You watch as this kobold of yours that's been companioning with you throughout the dungeon suddenly turns into a koboldsicle.
No, Meepo!
And I would like all of you to roll initiative.
A single tear falls down my eye.
I know what my initiative is going to be. Get the fuck out of this dungeon. Well, aren't you glad we brought an army with us?
Give me some time while I roll a shit ton of initiative.
Sorry for critically succeeding, Kelly.
No, there's no way all those people are gonna. He critically succeeded. Yeah, we're all going.
And
Urky's, well, he's more useful than our mage, but still not very.
I hope that breath weapon catches you in the fucking face, and then I will be certainly glad to be useful.
a character sheet for this dragon is all kinds of fuck. Okay.
Well, do you get a higher initiative than Tuck? Thank God.
Okay. Eustriel is going to begin to make her way into the room. 15, 20, 25. And I think she's going to cast Mage Armor on herself.
Good move, Eustriel.
And that'll be her turn. Then the elites are going to pour into the room. They're both going to attempt to surround the dragon. Excuse me, from the south side. And they're both going to attempt to kind of grapple this thing.
Did I miss it? Did you tell us why the dragon's attacking? Why? I thought it was friendly with these guys. I guess I missed what happened.
You know that he was a pet to these guys. But
dragons don't like being pets.
Go figure.
All right.
So both of these kobolds are going to attempt to grapple this thing together. And Yeah, the dragon easily shakes the both of them. Is nowhere close to being grappled.
-1.
And then it's his turn. He's going to fly straight up into the air by about 20 feet, still being engaged with both of these elites, and he's going to attempt to bite at one of them. And is easily going to hit. You see as it just rips the head off of one of these elite guards, and it just falls flat, dead.
Oh, yeah, that kind of scares me.
Meepo doesn't get a turn because he's koboldsical. These 3 kobolds, kind of hearing what's going on, is going to just meander their way down into this room. And kind of wait. Duck, your turn. You just saw one kobold get turned into an icicle and another one lose its head.
You got this.
Fuck it. I'm going to jump after that dragon and try and jump on him and hold him down.
All right. Go ahead, and you're just going to straight up jump. Okay, it's about 20 feet up in the air, so I'm going to ask if you're going to try to jump on it to make an acrobatics check to see if you land on top of it.
I'm going to parkour this shit, jump off the wall and on him.
Okay, still make an acrobatics check. Okay. With a 13, you manage to kind of grasp onto its wing, and as you do, it tries to kind of shake you off. See if you can make a strength saving throw to hold on to this thing. No, it shakes you off, and you fall just below about 20 feet underneath of it.
Bastard dragon.
After trying that, I will let you, if you want, to make an unarmed strike as a bonus action, but I'm not going to allow you to take an action with the staff. Okay. Yeah, the 18 does hit, so you manage to just kind of uppercut this thing, and it hits. And the dragon roars into you and is not particularly happy. Kurt, you're up next.
Do I know from my animal handling experience if dragons understand speech?
Yes, they absolutely do.
Okay.
Most mature dragons can speak.
Okay. Fuck it. Here I come. I'm going to try and parkour as well.
All right, make an acrobatics check. All right, you actually managed to land on top of this thing, and it's not particularly happy about that. You land right on this thing's back. You're about 20 feet up in the air riding on top of this thing. It's not a particularly large dragon. Maybe it's, to give a kind of comparison, it's the equivalent of maybe a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old toddler. But as a dragon, it's probably closer to maybe 30 years or so, which is young for a dragon. But, yeah, you're on top of this thing. What would you like to do?
Try to push its wings down so it can't fly and it falls to the ground.
All right. Make a strength check.
Check? Okay.
Okay. You actually, surprisingly, managed to get your hands around this dragon's wings, and it begins to fall to the ground with you on top of it. It's pinned to the ground, falling prone, and takes 2 points of bludgeoning damage in the process.
Yeehaw.
But this thing's prone and particularly not happy.
Sweet. I can am I holding it down so that when it comes around its turn it can't get up? It's held by me, or how does that work?
Right now it's considered prone and you're considered grappling it, so
got it.
Let me double check the rules for grappling. Okay. Creature grappled by the monster can use its action to try to escape. It needs to succeed on an athletics or acrobatics check against the DC. In your case, your DC, I would probably just have it instead of a DC. You would make a strength saving throw to hold on to this thing. Well, I take it back. Your DC would be 10 plus your strength modifier or athletics, whatever's higher. But it can use its turn to try to escape. Otherwise, if it tries to attack, it has disadvantage.
All right.
All right. So you're keeping this thing prone and grappled.
Yep.
Kent, you're next. You hear all this commotion suddenly start going on as you try to make your way down.
Okay, I should be able to get into that room from there because I've got 30 feet. I see what's going on. Obviously, I see the dragon pinned to the ground, and because it's a dragon, I say to the dragon, "Noble dragon, we were sent here to save you. Why are you attacking us?"
The dragon simply responds with a hiss and a roar. Make a quick history check.
Sure.
Okay. Two things. Based on the age and the appearance of this dragon, you think it understands speech, certainly, but it's probably not old enough to really speak common tongue or even maybe even Draconic just yet. No more than maybe a toddler could speak English, right? The other thing you notice is, based on its actions, it seems like the last thing it wants to do is become a pet to these kobolds again.
Would my speaking have been my action?
No, you can do something else if you wish.
And that's the general impression I get from the dragon?
That's the general impression you get from the situation, yes. That these kobolds are trying to take this dragon as a pet. This thing does not want to be anybody's pet.
Well then, making a snap decision that all these creatures in this dungeon are evil, I'm going to attack, what's her name?
You're going to attack Eustriel? Turn around and attack her?
Yeah, with Firebolt.
Alright, make an attack roll. 10. Alright, the 10 goes wide and it does not hit. It strikes the nearby bench and it lights it on fire.
Now, the dragon saw me do that, right? I mean, prone to the ground.
It's kind of hard to see behind everybody blocking him.
Damn it. Okay.
Alright. Well, you're up next.
It's going to take my full move to get me to the door. It's a good question what I want to do here. I'll play some soothing melodies on my lute and try to get it to calm down by singing. Oh no, you know what? Everyone's jumping all over it. That's not going to work. I'll insult it instead. For a dragon, you're kind of white and dumb. Aren't you supposed to be like red and fire breathing? I don't know. Seems like a good mockery at the time.
That would have hurt my feelings. He got kicked out again.
We should use Discord instead. I don't have nearly the same problems with that as I do with Mumble.
Yeah, it's...
Guys,
must be where he is.
Guys, I'm sorry about attacking Israel, but that was the call I had to make there.
I will try and convince her that you just have really bad aim.
Assuming the dragon doesn't kill you and everybody else in this room.
Yes. But I'm going to jump on it soon so we can... I figure with the combined weight of me and Lizard Boy that we should be able to hold the fucker down.
I kind of thought to myself, do I want Istriel owing us a favor, or do I want the white dragon owing us a favor when it grows up?
If bitch doesn't settle down, he's going to die. He ain't growing up.
Fucking mumble. Okay, sorry. How are you insulting it?
I called it a pathetic excuse for a dragon. It can't even breathe fire.
Make an intimidation check.
Ooh, intimidation. Oh, hold on.
Uh-oh.
This dragon is not cowed. It just looks more and more pissed off.
Well, I cast Vicious Mockery. It has to make a wisdom save, does it not?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
thought
you were
you were
just
just
insulting it.
No. Well, I was insulting it, but not just insulting it.
I thought you were just insulting it.
Okay, it fails the saving throw, so it absolutely does take those 3 points of damage.
And it has disadvantage on
And
breaking.
it has disadvantage. And I'm just going to move your character token up. I know you're on top of it, Kurt, but I want to be able to actually see the dragon token there. All right. It'll be Erky's turn next. He's just going to kind of hang out behind you and seeing what's going on and seeing this dragon, he's going to burn his last spell in order to bless Kent, Will, and Kurt. Everybody but Tuck. So the three of you are blessed while he's concentrating on this spell. Anytime you make any sort of attack roll or saving throw, you get to add an extra d4 to the roll. All right, Eustrel will go. Eustrel is going to immediately turn around to Kent and say, "What was that?"
If I get a chance to respond, I would like to say, I'm sorry I fired and, errantly as I walked into the room.
She'll shudder and curse in Draconic. And,
Well, I know Draconic. What does she say? Sorry.
Something along the lines of fucking asshole.
Okay.
Oh, fucking asshole.
She will cast Mage Hand in order to take what's left that isn't completely frozen of the leash from Meepo's koboldsical corpse and leash it around the dragon and yells at her guard to grab hold of it, which he does, in an effort to hold the dragon down. It'll move to the dragon's turn. He will attempt to break free of you holding it down and try to just break free of its bonds.
With disadvantage.
Only on the attack roll. Mrs. Mockery implies disadvantage only on the attack roll. So with a 17, what is your strength modifier, Kurt?
Are you talking to me? Sorry.
Yes. What's your strength modifier?
I 100% always forget that my character's name is Kurt. It's 1. My strength modifier is 1.
Okay. So 10. You know what? Why don't you just go ahead and make a strength check, and the elite will make a strength check as well.
Check or saving roll?
We'll just call it a check since you're already trying to grapple this thing. Okay. Unfortunately, both of you fail those strength checks, and this dragon manages to break free of its bonds and flies up. You fall onto the ground next to him, but unfortunately, that's going to be the entire dragon's move. These three kobolds are just going to move a little bit closer inside, seeing the door blocked, and are just going to continue to wait. Tuck, it's your turn.
How high up is the dragon?
About 20 feet above you.
I'm going to try and parkour my way off the wall and grab the chain collar or whatever the hell's around his neck.
Okay, he's got the leash that around his neck at the moment.
That.
Okay, go ahead and make an acrobatics check to see if you can grab this thing. Okay, You manage to grab this thing, but you're kind of holding onto it, and you pull it down, and so you're now down on the ground below the dragon. It's now about 10 feet up in the air with this leash on it, but it's still up in the air, and it's looking kind of pissed off.
Can I try and pull him down further?
Make a strength check.
Fuck me.
Not only do you not pull him down further, you lose grasp of the leash, and the dragon is completely free of his bonds once again. And that's unfortunately, I think, going to be your turn.
Yep.
Kurt, you're up next.
Monkey see, monkey do. Let's acrobats check. I grabbed the leash.
Don't forget that you're a blessed, so you can add an extra D4 to the roll.
I'm blessed. I didn't know.
Will throw out some accompaniment, rather some encouragement in the way of bardic inspiration. You'll get a die of that if you want to use that for this.
Okay.
I'll use it on this strength check I'm about to make, I feel.
Okay. You go ahead and roll an extra D6 if you're going to use the bardic inspiration. It'll be 1D4 if you're going to use the bless.
Don't they stack?
You can use both. Okay. With a 20, yeah, you easily grasp onto the 21 even. You easily grasp onto this rope and pull this thing. You're now on ground level, holding onto this rope.
Okay.
Onto this leash.
That's my turn, I suppose.
Okay, that's all you're doing?
Yeah, I just pulled it down to the ground and tried to just keep it down.
Okay, it's still 10 feet up in the air. It's no further down than where Tuck left.
Okay. Fuck it. I'll just keep a hold of it and try to not let it get any higher or away.
Okay. Kent, you're up next.
We know they want this dragon alive, correct?
Correct.
Then I am going to move to this end of the room and do nothing because I don't want to kill a dragon that they want to keep it alive.
Okay. Will, you're next.
Seeing as my bit of mockery really didn't do anything to slow it down, and it probably wouldn't be useful as far as my other spells, and that leaves the rapier, which I care not to use. I will remain where I am in the doorway, and who do I think? How do I think this is going to end up? I mean, who should I? I'm looking for a target for my bardic inspiration, basically. Who do I think would make the most use out of it, trying to quell this dragon?
Right now, from what you can see, you have Tuck and you have Kurt. Kurt right now is holding onto the leash that is around this dragon's neck that was placed there by Eustrail using Mage Hand, and Tuck's been trying to grasp a hold of this thing and hasn't been doing so, and the elite's not been having a whole lot of luck either. Meanwhile, Kent's kind of just waiting in the corner, and the rest of the guys in the hallway behind you are just kind of peering in and watching.
All right, I'm going to throw even more encouragement. I'm going to do another D6 of bardic inspiration to Tuck.
To Tuck, okay.
And otherwise, just pay attention to what's going on.
Okay. The round order will move over to Urki. Urki's going to ask if you can sidestep so he can enter the room, and no, he's going to move up and ask, can I get in there so I can hit this thing? Okay. He's going to move in, seeing this dragon. He's going to attempt to cast a Sacred Flame against it. Unfortunately, the dragon, even though it's kind of held down by this rope, you know what? I'm going to say he gets disadvantage on that roll. Yeah, still succeeds. Doesn't take any damage from that. It'll be Eustrail next. She is going to move up right next to the dragon and attempt to cast a shocking grasp against it. Unfortunately,
and we lost Killy again.
I don't get it. It has to be something on his end. Where the fuck are you again there, Miles? In Florida?
I'm in Indiana.
Indiana.
I wish I was in Florida. Ugh, this place sucks. And it snowed today. First day of spring, it snows.
We got close to a foot here.
Yeah, we're getting a good amount of snow tomorrow.
Yeah, Florida sounds great. I think Killy is so, right?
What's that?
Killy lives in Kansas?
I believe so.
It's either Kansas or Arkansas. I know it was one of them two.
okay, like I was saying, the Kobold Elite is going to swing around wide, and Kurt, he's going to grab onto this leash and try to kind of help you hold this thing.
Sweet.
Okay, so the dragon is held in place and isn't able to go anywhere.
You still there? Kind of sounded like you cut off at the very end.
Bum, 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 bum. Nope.
I don't know what's going on with the server, man, but it's getting on my nerves real quick.
Well, it's not me, because we're all here, but we can maybe switch to, like...
Yeah, we can switch to Discord or something else.
Yeah, Discord or something.
If this happens again, just hop on the BattleNet app, and I'll just invite everybody into a party. I think I have you all on my friends list somewhere.
I was like, how do you know we all have the BattleNet app up? But, yeah, we're all from fucking World of Warcraft Guild. That makes sense.
If that happens again, I'll just invite you into that. We'll use the voice chat and that damn thing. Okay, so he's going to hold on to this thing. The dragon is going to... He's held in place, but he's not grappled, so he's going to swing around. He's going to attempt to bite you, Kurt. Unfortunately, he critically fails. Just checking because it got real quiet. I'm still coming through, yes?
Yeah, we
got you.
Okay. All right. So he turns around, attempts to bite you, Kurt, and fortunately you manage to duck out of the way just before this thing's fangs clasp around your head. All right.
Thank God.
The kobolds are going to continue to just kind of wait in the hallway until they're otherwise called. Tuck, your turn.
Where's the dragon now?
It's about 10 feet in front of you, up in the air, being grasped and held in this leash by both Kurt and this other kobold.
I am going to grab that fucking leash too and help pull him down.
Okay. Can we use his action as like a we're yanking together move?
Sure. So just the three of you go ahead and just make a strength check. Okay. Yeah, so the three of you combined just pull as hard as you can, and this thing just goes right down onto the ground.
Perfect.
It's right in front of all of you, and it's not prone, but it is flat on the ground.
Isn't that the definition of prone?
Well,
I'm just scared to shit.
All right, Kurt, you have your hands on this leash. This dragon has been pulled down to the ground. What are you doing?
I tackle its head and try to keep its mouth shut. and so it can't like move its neck up or bite anyone else.
Okay, are you still holding on to the leash doing that?
You know what? I'll leave it in Friar Tuck and the other kobolds' useful hands.
Okay. As you jump onto this thing to try to, the crocodile guy, what's his name? Crocodile Dundee? Whatever. Not the guy I was thinking.
Yep.
Steve Irwin. I'd say the wrong thing before I said that. All right, you try to Steve Irwin this fucking dragon. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Perfect.
Does he still have bless?
I don't need it.
Okay.
He doesn't need it, though. So you manage to clasp this thing's mouth shut, and it is, for the time being, considered grappled.
Oh, yeah. He's grappled, boys. All right, that's my turn. I don't know what else we can do.
Okay, Kent, you're next.
Well, seeing as how my strength was, or spells would not have really come in handy, I'm going to move down to here, and quarterstaff's a blunt weapon, right?
Mhm.
Okay, I will try to hit it with my quarterstaff to see if I can hurt it. Well, you know.
Go ahead and roll that with advantage.
Oh, shit.
Just rolled again.
Yeah, okay, so if I recall correctly, yeah, the 17 is absolutely going to hit. So are you hitting with one hand or two hands? I probably should have asked the first time.
I was going to use my full swing, like a baseball bat, to try and knock it out, so two hands. And we lost Killy again.
Yeah, he's just going to call us, I think.
How do I do what he's asking?
Just opening up. You still have like World of Warcraft or one of those games
installed? I still have my Battle.net launcher. Is that what he wants?
Yeah. And we should probably mute ourselves here.
I just lost connection to fucking Battle.net.
Nice.
Okay.
Test.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I was testing my push to talk.
Okay.
You know, I don't even know how to set that up on here because I don't use it.
Click the little gear at the top of the chat box. And then do transmission mode, change it to push to talk. Yeah, we can hear you.
Test.
Yep.
All right.
I'm just going to keep mine on voice activated where it was before, so that shouldn't be an issue.
That's fine.
I'm mumble as it is right now. Okay, so I forget what I was saying. I think, Will, it was your turn.
Real quick, am I coming through?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not hearing Pant, though.
Kelly, if you want for next week, if you don't want to do BNet or it doesn't work out that well, I can set up a channel in my Discord for this.
Okay.
I've been considering creating a Discord for us in general, or maybe get Morg to do it.
Testing.
Here you are. You're good. Yes, we can hear you now, Pant.
Oh, great, thanks.
Yeah. So it is your turn. Go ahead. What would you like to do? I think your mic might have died again.
It didn't just die. He left.
Oh. I'll have to invite it back. He has to log back on first.
You might have lost connection like I did earlier. Like as soon as I opened the Battle.net app, it disconnected me. I'm like, what the fuck? There he is.
Yeah, it's weird, Killy. Yeah, there's no.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. There's
All
no.
right. Does the dragon look shaky at this point?
The dragon looks anything but shaky. He still seems like he's certainly taken some damage, but not much. He still looks pretty angry and pretty pissed that you're around this area.
Well, I mean, what's it take to subdue a dragon, guys? This isn't really my wheelhouse. I'll insult it again. I mean,
okay.
You're ugly and your mother dresses you funny.
All right, yeah, it fails that save. So the dragon begins to look a little bit softer, a little bit less unwilling to suddenly attack, but still not really willing to move forward. And then Urki is going to attempt to cast another Sacred Flame against this thing.
Will he hit one tonight? Find out next time.
He does this time, actually. So the Sacred Flame actually engulfs this dragon and hits pretty damn hard. The dragon's starting to look pretty weathered and weary and weak.
Does it do... Oh, it's radiant. Okay.
It's radiant. Yisrael is going to attempt to cast another shock on this thing and basically try to stun it to stun it down. Oops. Smelling the quickness. Yeah, so the 16 will hit. It takes a little bit of that lightning damage and is looking a little dazed, but not quite knocked out yet. The elite is going to continue to hold on to this leash. The dragon's going to attempt to shake you off, Kurt.
Good luck.
It crits.
Fuck that dragon.
So not only does it shake you off...
I crit too! Oh, that's dumb.
Okay, so here's what happens. All right, no. So here's what happens. It shakes off the leash, that the kobold loses it, and Tuck loses it as well. It flies about 25 feet or so into the air, and you're riding the back of this thing.
Perfect.
Kobolds are going to continue to wait. Tuck, you see your lizard friend suddenly ride this tiny little white dragon up in the air.
I'm gonna kick this fucking dragon in the face. Because I'm getting pissed.
All right, make your attack rolls.
Two-handed staff.
Okay. 11's not going to do it. Your quarterstaff swings wide, and it flies just out of the way as it swings underneath where its belly would be. Kurt, you're on the top of this thing, flying up in the air. What are you doing?
I whisper in the dragon's ear, "Dragon, I'll make you a deal. If you become my friend, we can kill all these kobolds and take all their stuff, and then we can adventure together, and I'll give you a fifth of all the loot. What do you say?"
Make a. No, we're not going to call it an animal handling. Make a persuasion check. This dragon suddenly seems very, very willing to go along with this.
Perfect. I reposition myself
being.
on the dragon's back instead of just being on like its neck, and then I start riding it, and I say, "On your cue."
Okay, is that your turn then?
Yep. Things have changed.
All the kobolds hear this, by the way.
Damn. Fuck.
Kent, you're up.
Would it be fair to say I heard this as well?
Oh yeah, everybody heard this.
Magic missile at that bitch.
Make your roll, man.
All right, hold on.
At the kobold or the dragon?
Presumably at the dragon.
Estriel.
Israel.
At Israel, okay.
Okay, it'll be 12 if you're throwing all three of them at her.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, she immediately reels and almost falls back, but manages to just barely hold on. And she cries out, "They betrayed us! Kill them all!" Will, you're next.
Do I have to?
I would close the door.
You can do whatever you want to do.
All right. So the kobolds appear to be hostile now. Is that correct?
Yes, very much so.
And
You don't sound particularly happy about that, though.
no, not particularly. Give me a moment.
Be out of the first dungeon, and you've already ruined it for everybody. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Will just kind of shakes his head, enters a guitarist power stance, and does a windmill on his lute, and everything in the room is engulfed in a bright purplish light. He's casting fairy fire basically in the room, so anything that's an enemy will glow, and we will have advantage to hit it.
Okay, go ahead and link that spell for me, please.
Hold on, how do I do that?
Go to your spells on the far right tab there, and just click on the spell. There you go. So it is a concentration. It's violet light, any creature in the area, 20-foot cube, and you're doing it in this room, so we'll call it. Find the right color. Violet light.
Do we all have to do a dex saving throw right now? Any creature in the area when the spell is cast needs to do a dex save.
Duration, any attack. Yeah. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
That's everyone?
What is everybody within that purple cube? So everybody basically but Will, Urki, and the 3 kobolds outside. What is your spell save DC, Will?
13, I believe.
Okay. So the dragon saves. Tuck saves. Kurt saves. Eustriel saves.
Fuck Eustriel.
And the elite saves. So the area is lit in this violet light, but let's see. Yeah, none of the creatures within it seem to have been directly affected by it.
Oh,
the object.
For Pete's sake.
Good try, though.
Okay. Urki, seeing the way things have immediately begun swinging, is going to turn around and attempt to cast a sacred flame on one of the kobolds outside.
My man.
Not a great roll.
He's a horrible
Does hit.
fucking gnome.
Does he have
He's the worst gnome ever.
The spell actually does hit. The kobold, being surprised by all of this, doesn't expect the sudden turnaround, and it doesn't do a lot of damage, but it does do damage. Eustriel will be next. She will. Let's see.
It was nice knowing you guys. I'm sure she will remember.
Aiming up towards Kurt, not at the dragon, but at Kurt. You see her pull out a small diamond. She whispers an arcane phrase in Draconic, and as she does, the diamond in her hand becomes a pure ball of frost, and she shoots it up at you. She's casting Chromatic Orb. Unfortunately, I don't think a 9's going to hit you.
It does not.
Okay. The dragon, seeing this chromatic orb of cold come up your way, uses its wing and blocks the attack for you.
Best dragon ever. I give it a little pat and I say thank you.
This is not how I expected tonight to go. The elite is seeing how things are swinging and seeing the kind of danger that Eustrel is in, is going to swing around towards Kent and attempt to, seeing that you whacked the queen lady there with magic missile, is going to attempt to attack you with its dagger, and because Eustrel is nearby, he has advantage on the roll. And an 18 against your AC, which I believe is going to hit.
It will.
You take 5 points of damage.
Hold on, let me reflect that.
I already did it.
Oh, thank you.
It should be already done. Okay. Calstrix is up next. He's going to fly with Kurt on his back over here, and you see a breath of frost emanate from him in a cone straight against these guys. All right, and then she has to make a saving throw. I can find where I put her character sheet. And it's Constitution. Okay.
Oh.
She fails, and the elite will succeed. However, half of 25 is going to be rounded down. Let's see. Not 15. 12 points. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Both of the remaining kobolds in here turn into kobold skulls. Along with Meepo.
Oh, I thought Meepo was dead.
He's dead.
He's just frozen. Oh, so he is dead. He's not revivable.
He's in a block of ice. He's completely frozen.
Got it. Well,
the three remaining kobolds are going to beat a safe and hasty retreat back. 30. And you see them all run towards this door. Tuck?
I'm going to chase the bastards.
All right.
Oh, okay.
As he runs out the room, I yell, "Don't forget about the trap!"
You do have to X out of the door, so you can get next to the close one with 35 feet of movement.
Yeah,
so.
That's what I was trying to measure. Right there. I'm going to hit him.
All right. All right. Yeah, so that crit just takes out the kobold in one swing. And that kobold goes down. Kurt?
Can I hit the other kobold with the other one? My unarmed strike?
No, because it's 10 feet away from you. Nice try.
Could I use my turn to ask the dragon to land right now with me, or do I have to wait until the dragon's turn for it to fly down?
No, you can ask it to land.
Yeah, okay. So I ask it to land, and I guess you as DM will let me know if it wants to do that or not.
Yeah, it'll allow it.
Sure. All right, so let's land, and then will that be all my movement, or I don't know how far up it was? Okay.
In fact, if you want to make this easier, I'll say you can safely jump off the dragon, and that'll only cost you 5 of your movement speed.
All right, sweet. Yeah, then I'll run out the door.
Okay. I can add that you can.
That's 25. There we go.
That'll be 25 there. You can't dash. That would take up the rest of your turn, but you can dash for another 30 feet. Something.
I think I can hit this thing with my bow. I'm trying to see.
Probably.
Yeah, 150 feet. I can definitely hit it with my bow.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Holy cow! First time I've hit with my bow.
Right in the face.
Right?
Yeah, this thing goes clean through, and the kobold dies instantaneously.
Oh yeah. All right,
Kent,
that's
you're
my turn.
next.
While talking in Draconic, I go, "Thank you, dragon," and then I run out of the room. Even though I am severely hurt. Let's see, it'd be 10 feet to here, and then 20 feet to here. If I get, all right, I'm gonna move to there. And when I get to there, shit, I just screwed that up. 10 feet to here.
You have to be in the top one, not the middle one, I think.
Top.
Yeah, that'll work. Go there.
Oh, right here. Can I see that last guy? From
Yeah, he's just darting through the door.
Firebolt.
Go for it.
Where are we at here?
A 13 will actually hit. So that last firebolt manages to squeeze through, and that last kobold goes up in flames. You take out any of the remaining kobolds before they can flee. And you're out of combat for the time being.
Perfect.
As you peer back into the room, the dragon is kind of moving back into its corner and is waiting. It's kind of still unsure about how it feels about the rest of you, and it's just kind of waiting.
Can Will get that ring off of Ustriel's finger?
Yeah, you can get the ring off of her finger. I
approach the dragon with the dead rat from my pack.
Okay. The ring itself is pretty finely made, actually. It's gold, and it has a particularly good diamond on it. You think maybe it might even be a spellcasting focus. If you sold it to the right wizard, you think it might be able to sell for about 60 gold.
For a gold and diamond ring, that's a spell focus?
Don't question it.
You might be able to sell it for more to the right person.
Oh, he was saying you were undercutting him. I see.
If you sold it to a general vendor, it'd sell for less. But if you sold it maybe to maybe a wizard looking to have it as a spellcasting focus, it could probably sell upwards of 200 to 250.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, I give this dragon the rat, and does it still have anything around its neck? I'll tell it that I'll take it off of it for it.
Okay, it still does have the leash around its neck. It takes the rat and gobbles it down.
Sweet. Does it allow me to take the leash off?
Yes.
Sweet.
I would like to search all these bodies.
Okay. Let me pull up my notes here.
How did we get here?
Killy, be honest. How mad are you right now?
I'm not mad. You can absolutely do this, but this is not the way I expected it to go. No, I'm not mad. I mean...
Okay. I just want to make sure. I mean, I'd like to get a short resting here and not die in the next 5 minutes.
I will say, you took your entire contingent of kobold support that you're going to use against these goblins and just turned around and killed them.
Yeah, but we got a dragon.
We have a dragon.
Okay.
I'm tempted to just let him in there and have at it.
Let me guess, you're all chaotic neutral.
Just about.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Not.
How did he get?
On each of the kobolds, the elite and the only one you're able to really thoroughly search is the elite that got its head bitten off, and on him you find a pouch containing about 15 silver. The other 3 are encased in ice. It would take some time to really be able to get through and search them thoroughly.
Psst, mage, melt them.
I'll cast Firebolt. Or wait a minute. What else is in this room?
Make a perception check.
Hold on. I clicked on the wrong thing again because I keep doing that.
You're looking around. You're not able to really see anything else of notice that you haven't already seen in the room.
Do I see anything that's flammable, or like that I could light on fire?
Maybe an old torch sconce on the wall. I will say, Will, with your 20, you see behind one of the tables, the one that the dragon originally hopped out from, there seems to be a small pile of treasure.
Ooh, let's count it up. What do we got?
As you move to the treasure, the dragon immediately leaps
Yeah. If
towards
we
you.
take that, the dragon's not going to like it for sure.
The dragon flies all over Kurt's head on top of the treasure pile, turns around and hisses at you as you attempt to approach.
All right. Will holds up his hands. It's like, okay, no need to get touchy.
As long as it's okay with you guys, I say we let the dragon keep its treasure, so that
Until it
stays
kills
nice
all.
with us.
Yes, until it kills all the goblins.
I say to you, I think that's perfectly all right, since you're going to give it a fifth of all your treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fifth comes out of your share, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
No, boy, kidding, man.
No, it's okay.
I'm not.
Oh.
All the treasure here are now, so we need to put a bar, so I get all the original as well.
I would like to ask everybody if they would be interested in a short rest.
That seems
that's fine.
appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is the short rest for everybody else?
For everybody else, so for Kent, he gets his arcane recovery, but you can also spend your hit die, and if you roll your hit die, you get only one, being at level 1, and you recover hit points equal to your hit die.
It would only be one, so I don't think it's necessary right now. I'm just curious if one of us should keep an eye on the fucking dragon.
Hold on 1 second.
I mean, I trust this dragon. We had an experience, a bonding experience, so.
Well, you can snuggle up with him then.
Sure.
Should definitely use him as cannon fodder against the goblins.
So after
the dragon hisses at Will. It doesn't seem to like Will very much.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, all right. I guess I am saying this out loud.
I say to the group, how do they feel about this plan? Fuck the goblins. We move down here. We kill these last 2 kobolds. We take the key and everything on that table, and then we move to the other part of the dungeon. Just an idea.
The dragon purrs at that idea.
Well, let me spend 1 hit dice first to get some hit points back.
Sure.
As you take a short rest, are you guys taking a short rest?
Yeah, we can take a short rest in here and then talk it over and just read and meditate and stuff.
Okay. Sure. The violet light inside the area will dissipate over the course of that, and the dragon will also regain a few hit points in the process. If you want to spend any hit dice, you certainly can. The blessings will fall off of you at this point, as Urki is no longer concentrating on the spell.
As we're discussing things, I want to ask Urki what does he think about moving along now? I mean, what does he think we should do?
Urki responds, I have no idea what's going on right now.
I think I'm going insane.
I have no idea what I've signed on to here.
All right. I upped my hit points back.
You also have no idea how to cast spells, but we're still keeping you around. So shut up.
I sit down next to the dragon and start nodding off, but I put one hand out, just touching him a little bit as I sleep.
Okay, I will say that if you go to sleep, that would be the start of a long rest.
I was just doing like a nap, I guess. Okay. Yeah, well, I can just do a short rest. I'll just sit there with my hand on him. I'm not stroking him or anything. I just want him to know I'm there.
Okay, the dragon is going to allow it, but remain fairly protective of its treasure.
Absolutely.
All right. The short rest passes. Is there anything else you would like to do? What would you like to do next? You know what? Before we move on, while I'm thinking about this, let me calculate some experience point totals real quick.
Sure.
Let's see.
Dude, you got a pet dragon.
More like he's the pet on T.
Yeah, he's the serpentine with a serpentine pet. Let's see. So you killed Eustrail, you killed 3. Oh, hello. 3, 4. Yeah, 3 kobolds. And you're not going to get the experience for Meepo or one of the elites because the dragon technically killed them. 75. And you did kill one of the elites, however. We'll call that. You killed a bugbear.
You killed 4 elites, no?
You killed for the kobold elites. You killed one of them. And no, in fact, you didn't kill either of them. The dragon killed both of them.
What about the ones in the hallway that were running away?
You know what? I'm going to give you the experience for that shit anyway. You killed those 3.
Yeah, because the dragon's ours now.
Those 3 aren't elites. Those 3 were regular kobolds. The 2 that were flanking Eustrail were the 2 elites.
Oh, okay.
So 100 there. The kobolds. They were 25 apiece, 75 total. And you killed the bugbear, which was...
By the way, if you...
200.
Hold on. Let me look at something.
What's that?
No, I was going to say, if you want me to roleplay the reasoning behind that as neutral good, I will certainly do that.
50, 100. And you killed a total, I think, of 6 goblins here so far.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, because 3 came out of the top part.
Well, 3 came out of the top here. You killed those 3. And then you killed the 3 here.
Right, and then the 3 from last session, unless you're not counting last session.
I already counted. I have last session on one page, so just for this session.
Yeah, then just 6.
So 50, 150, 250, 300 there. So 6, that's 3 is 925, 1025. Hang on. 700, 8, 900, 10, 1100, 12, 13, 14.
That's level 3.
Okay. I'm
not split between us.
It's split between you. It's 1400 split between all 4 of you. So that's a little over 300 for each of you. That is level 2, so you all are going to advance to level 2.
Sweet.
That's what I wanted to make sure. I figured at the end of this, that's probably level 2.
How many experience points?
At the moment, it's 1400 split between all of you, between the 4 of you. You need 300 to hit level 2. I'm kind of doing this as a mixture of homebrew and experience points. So I'm keeping track of experience points just in case I don't trust where I think you might ought to be. But after that, I thought you probably ought to be level 2 one way or the other, but I thought I'd tally the experience points just to check. But yeah, after that end of that fight and after the short rest, I'm going to go ahead. We only got maybe about half an hour left, so I figured let's spend that time to get everybody up to level 2 and probably call it probably good.
All right, so 350 experience points each. And we are level 2.
Yes. So I'm going to just go through each of your characters here really quickly. We're going to use the standard hit point gain, so you're not going to have to worry about rolling hit points.
So just 6 plus my Constitution modifier?
Should be. I'm bringing up the modules that have all your character stat detail here. So okay. All right. So Panther hit points on Will are going to go up to 15. And then you get to pick another first level spell to learn.
Oh, very good.
And I can read through you can pick it later, or I can read through the spells, and if one sounds good to you, you can pick that.
No, I'll pick it.
Okay. You just pick it later, or I can read through a list of them, and if you want to just kind of...
No, I got a list in front of me.
Oh, okay. I'll let you go through that list then. And I'll throw in the details here later. And... anything else at level 2? You gain 2 other features as part of your class. You gain the Jack of all trades, and you gain the Song of Rest, which if you got the player's handbook in front of you, you should be able to see the details for. And I can add either of those to your or either the details of those to your character list later, or you can add them in yourself, whatever you want to do.
Right.
So I know you prefer to handle a lot of this on your end yourself. So, moving on to Miles Ranger.
Yeah, I'm looking through it right now. It's you said we're just doing standard, so it'll be 6 plus con, or should I roll the 1d10?
Don't roll the 1d10. We're just going to do standard. So level 2, your max hit points based on your Constitution modifier is going to be, as soon as this sucker loads.
Should be 18. I'll have you double check that though.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
18. So you can go ahead and add that into your character sheet there, or I can do it later, whatever you prefer. I know you're good at it. Okay. At second level, you adopt a particular style of fighting. Archery.
Yeah, I'm going through them. I haven't decided which one I want to do.
Okay.
Question is, if I'm riding a dragon, can I still shoot my bow?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do that one then. I'll do archery.
Okay. You're locked into archery then?
Sure.
All right. And at level 2, you do get spells.
Right. I need to go through them.
I'll let you kind of go through those then as well. And that's going to be the bulk of what you get there. So just pick your spells, and you'll be good to go from there. Moving on to Garen. Garen, I think the bulk of what you get is just going to be flat, so I'm probably just going to throw that shit in there. That shouldn't really be anything you have to specifically pick.
I didn't think so.
Manage levels. Level 2.
We killed the kobolds, and all of a sudden we heard ding.
Okay. Yeah. So your hit points are going to go up to 15. If your current hit points are 8, that means your current hit points will go to 14. I'll just change it here for you.
Yeah, what's up?
You gain 2 things. You gain the unarmored movement, which I will go ahead and just add the detail.
Oh, are we?
In.
All right. I'll take care of it.
Monk 2nd level.
Is it really? All right. Okay. All right.
And there's your unarmored movement. Basically, your speed goes up by 10 feet when you're not wearing armor or wearing a shield. And I'm actually going to go ahead and just retroactively, you do have that shield you picked up earlier. Technically, you're not wielding it, but I think you would arguably be wearing it.
Yeah, I'll keep it on me for now. That 10 feet's not going to make that much of a difference yet. Worst case, I'll throw the bastard down.
Okay, but if you do throw the bastard down, just remember to add an extra 10 to your movement speed. And then you also get key, and that's going to have a lot of stuff involved with it. But I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste all that detail here. Class. Monk 2nd level. And hopefully that all comes through cleanly.
It seems like it did. I need to read up on that a little more because it's fucking ridiculous.
So, how much key points do you have at second level? Access is represented by key points. Your monk level determines it. And let's pull up the stat value. Races,
I should have
classes.
2 key points.
I think you
right
have
now.
2. I'm just double checking. Class features, tables. Yes, you have 2 key points, which I'm going to add as your class resource. So, all the things you can currently do with key include the flurries of blows, patient defense, and step of the wind. And I just copied and pasted it all into a singular key, which I'm beginning to think might be a bad idea. So let me change this real quick. We're just going to make each one a separate link. That way we can read it individually when you decide to do those things. So, step of the wind.
That's right, bitches. I'm jumping out of holes from now on.
Oh man, there's so many good fucking spells. This is way better than warlock spells.
For the ranger?
Yeah.
Defense. Step of the wind. And flurry of blows.
Hey, Killy, with gaining a new spell slot, I had 2 and I spent 1. So now that I have 3, do I have
2 open?
I have 2 open now. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. There we go. So you get your 3 new key abilities, including Step of the Wind, Patient Defense, and Flurry of Blows. You get your key points. I've added in your new hit points there, Tuck, and I think you're actually set. You're going to be the easy one.
What intelligence does that dragon have?
You don't know.
Would I think it's higher than 4?
Probably. If it can understand you, if it can understand what you're saying, yeah, probably higher than 4.
Makes sense.
He's no fool.
Kent. So Tuck, you're good to go. All right. All right. Kent, your hit point maximum is going up to 14. Almost double what you had. And then you get to pick your arcane tradition.
Oh, shit. Sorry, just rolled a mouse rolled on the damn character sheet and it moved the number. I'm pretty sure that I am going evocation.
Evocation. Okay. That means you get the evocation savant and the scope spells effects. Which I will add now. Oops. So anytime you copy an evocation spell into your spellbook, the cost and time is halved, and you get sculpt spells.
Right, which Garen will be happy about. later on.
Second level, pockets relative safely within the effects of evocation spells. Choose a number of them equal to 1 plus the spell's level. Chosen creatures automatically succeed on saving throws and take no damage.
Yep. So if I read that correctly, that means I could kind of cast a fireball into a room, and as long as I see my guys, they wouldn't take any damage.
Mm-hmm. And then classes, wizard. Class features. Tradition 3. Your spell slots will go up to 3.
Okay, and I can do that now because I recovered one, so that's 3. Okay.
No, I didn't change your wizard level. That's why it's not doing it.
Oh, you might want to.
There we go.
There we go.
I was like, why is it not showing the correct spell slots? Oh. Spells known. Intelligence was okay. You do get to gain 1 extra spell into your spell book, and I can read through a list of them here, or you can. It'll be a level 1 spell. I can read through a list of them here. I can elaborate for you if you like, or you can look through a list yourself and pick one.
I'm familiar with them. Do you mind if I not make that choice right this minute?
That's fine. I will add that you do get to prepare 1 additional spell as part of it. So the spell that you pick, you can prepare right away as part of your wizard spellbook if you wish.
Yeah, okay.
Will Farrell is going to take sleep as his next spell.
Okay. So.
No, never mind. I'm good.
Okay.
I had a question, but I answered my own question.
Okay.
I just have to look through these. I'm sitting there like, I don't know what to pick as my next one yet.
All right. Ed, you're taking sleep, you said?
Will is.
Yes. All right, and you'll have that instantaneously prepared, so it looks like you're already adding the detail in there. Okay. I'll save that information for later. You're adding it in there. That's good to go. Once you punch in that sleep spell, I think you're good for your level 2 stuff. You do have to add in the other 2 features. If you didn't add that in somewhere, I can do that. Whatever you want.
Get those already.
Did you? Okay. Kent, you just have to pick a spell.
Yeah, I'm working on it now.
Tuck, you're okay, and Kurt, you have to pick a few spells. Pant, would you like it if I set up that sleep spell to do the roll for you automatically?
I was adding it to when I click it in the spell book, it throws the description. When I click it on my attack list, it'll do the roll.
Yeah. If you there's a setting you can do for when you add it in as a spell that allows you to set up the details for the attack as well, and that way you can click on it in either your spell list or on the attacks to set it up that way.
Oh, all right. Show me.
Okay. That's the wrong ability. If we go to sleep here, I only learned it somewhat recently, so on the output here, if you change the output to attack, call the spell attack. I'm just going to put none there since there's not actually an attack here. We'll put the damage just as 5d8. We'll call it sleep. And there's not going to be any ability mod to this. And there's no saving throw tied to this. And our description's already there. We want to get rid of the higher levels description for the attack itself, because it'll just keep asking you about casting it at a higher level, which you will too eventually, but just so it doesn't ask you that at lower levels all the time. That way, change it so it shows the description here as well. That on. There we go. So give the description of the spell itself, and it does the roll there for a total of 24, and it should show it here in your core attacks as well.
Oh, great. Awesome. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. So with the sleep spell, I think you're good to go for your second level. I think, do you get another Bardic Inspiration die at second level?
No, it's equal to my charisma modifier.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
At fifth level, it'll go up to a D8, and then every 5 levels, it increases a die type.
Okay. You'd all, while I'm thinking about this too, you all do get an extra hit die now being level 2. If you spent a hit die, you have 1 hit die left. Pant, I think you're good to go then.
All right. Is this the end of tonight's session, I guess?
Yeah, I'd say this is probably a good place to stop, just getting everybody to second level and getting everything set up, so.
All right, just let me check real quick. I don't think anything else changes, right?
I don't think so. You got the Song of Rest, you got the Jack of all trades, and you got an additional spell. Those are your big 3 things.
Awesome. All right, thanks, man. I'm out.
All right, later.
Good night.
Good, bud.
Good night, guys.
Oh man, I don't know what fucking spell to pick. That is a good question.
I'm already trying to plan my level 3.
Well, that's a good idea to have it in mind. But you're also assuming that the horde of goblins through that fucking door aren't going to kill us all in a little bit.
Oh, we'll be fine.
I just couldn't justify, like, okay, so they want to enslave this dragon, and the goblins are pretty goddamn terrible. I was like, what action do I take?
I'm pretty happy with how it turned out.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
Can't argue with results. I mean, I'm thinking in the back of my head, just to give you an idea. The thought of it was when you asked her if she can come with you, I'm thinking, they're gonna have to get an insanely high perception check. I don't know that just to make this work. And then, shit.
You mean persuasion?
Persuasion, yeah. Because the original thought was, no, she's not going to leave. She's going to let you deal with the problem, and then you come back and report to her. She'll reward you. Nope, you persuade her with a crit to come with you.
Well, who was the one that asked her to open the... Sorry, go ahead.
I asked her to open the door.
He asked her to open the door. She opens it with burning hands. It burns down the door. You enter in. The dragon takes out Meepo and then starts to go on a little rampage, taking a few hits here and here after there. And I'm thinking, well, you're easily going to overwhelm this thing and just do a non-lethal blow, knock it out. And then fucking Kurt, rides on top of the dragon, whispers in the air, just take these fuckers out.
Or,
you got all for someone who triggered every trap on the prior night. You got a crit everywhere where it counted.
Well, my thought was, see, I wasn't even going to go into that room. I was like, okay, I'm not going to burn a fucking spell to go through a door. Not there when we have so much stuff going on still, left of us.
To the left. Yeah.
Though I will say, if that dragon had not incapacitated Erstriel, she was getting a full breath of potion of fire breath.
Potion of fire breath.
That'd been pretty funny.
No, I liked it, man. I was on sort of the same page as you. I tried to walk into the room and talk to the dragon, but the dragon wasn't having none of me. Yeah, Kill. I'm gonna have to look at that. Look at what spell I want to pick. I'm just gonna have to sit down and figure it out because I can't figure it out tonight. It's like either between Tasha's hideous laughter or Witch Bolt, and I can't make up my mind which I want to go with.
I was going to add as part of reading out the list, because I do have all the other books, and some of those books have spells that aren't going to be in the player's handbook. For instance, I think even Frostbite might not even be in the player's handbook, and I gave you that.
Yes, you did.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but inside this here Roll20, you can just search all spells for your class.
No shit.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, so up at
that?
the top, you'll see the chat bar, and then one over you'll see all the players' things, and then one over from that's a little eye. Click the eye, just type in ranger spells, and it comes up lists. I type ranger spells by level, and it gives me all of them.
Oh, you know what? I should probably stop streaming. Right, I'm going to end this one here, and then